Hey everyone, this is Brandon.
And this is Casey.
And this is the
Beer
Someone podcast. Follow
and like.
And enjoy the show. Hey everybody, and welcome to Beer Someone episode 29. We're at Talyard Brewing Co. I'm Brandon Watson, and I have Casey Jewett with us.
Hey.
What, episode 29?
Episode 29, and we've got Adam Dunn and Jacob Childers here.
How's it going?
Howdy, guys.
Yeah, welcome, guys.
Great to have y'all.
Yeah, thanks for having us out.
Thanks for coming.
Totally.
This is it's gonna be fun because I'm really gonna get to know Jacob. I've met you a couple times, but this is definitely gonna be our longest conversation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And Adam, me and Casey have both gotten to work with in some way or another.
I've gotten to work with both of y'all.
Oh, you have?
Briefly with Jacob.
Yeah, I was at Spindle Tap when Casey was at Spindle Tap.
Oh, really?
Right after Ingenious fell, and Casey came over, and I tried to make him feel welcome. And
He did.
kind of show him the thing.
He really did. He showed me around. He kind of gave me some insider knowledge and gave me some just tips on brewing process just to kind of help me be a better beer tender. So it was really cool.
Sounds like Jacob.
That is really cool. Me and you worked at Ingenious with Adam, and then when Ingenious closed, funny enough, Adam went to Megaton, and he was the head brewer over there for a little while.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to be here. You've always been somebody I admire in this industry, so
Thanks. Likewise.
yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for having us. And you brought us out some beers, right?
Yep. This is our Hellas, tentatively renaming this Backyard Lager. We recently won in Fredericksburg under that name. Prior to that, we called it Hallertau, which is the hop growing region in Germany.
Okay, right on.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
It's really good.
Why the name change?
Market appeal. Sometimes people at the tap have an issue with pronouncing the name, so kind of
That is fair.
rethinking it, making sure that it's very approachable, as the beer is an easy drinking kind of thing that anyone
Right.
can enjoy.
Name
we want
fits
to
the
make
beer.
sure
Yeah.
identifiable.
Is this one of the ones that just took one of those awards home in Fredericksburg?
Did.
I got silver.
Silver in
Nice.
Fredericksburg.
That's awesome.
I can
Hell
see
yeah.
why.
What competition was that?
The Fredericksburg
Craft Beer Festival.
Beer Festival.
Yeah, okay, right on.
Well, y'all won 4 awards.
We did. We won a gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze. The gold was our German Pils Edel. One of the bronzes was our A-frame West Coast style pale ale, and then the 4th one is Silver Lining.
We're looking at each other to make sure.
With Silver Lining, which has also won other awards in other competitions, and we're really happy with that. It's a take on a rice lager, but instead of rice, we use fonio, which is a South African grain that's pretty new to the American craft beer market.
Sounds fonyo. Fonyo. Sounds awesome. No, this is delicious. This is really
Yeah.
good.
Really good.
Super clean.
It's-
I wish you would have brought me more.
It's
The more the samples, the more beers we can try.
It's one you always have to go back to. You know, like I somehow hadn't had a Hellas in a month maybe, but we brewed some last week, and usually when I get off the brew deck for my shifty, I'll order whatever I just brewed, and you have that moment where I'm like, why have I not drank this in so long? Like it just hits so nice and balanced.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, this is really tasty.
Really tasty.
Yeah. How many beers do you all have right now on tap?
Not counting the little pilot batches.
Yeah, not counting those.
Maybe a
three
dozen?
things right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thankfully we don't have to be as hands-on with front of house. We got a big enough crew that Adam and I can kind of focus on the things here in production. We both have our hand working with them. I kind of have focused on like the beer education side, getting our servers trained up. Adam has done a lot on the pilot program and getting new and interesting things out, and kind of showcasing, our creativity, and that also requires a lot of education with front of house. So
Yeah, making
Yeah.
sure they know what this new weird thing is. Because
Yeah.
right now we're doing a around the world flight. I made 3 pilot batches. One is based off of a Swedish beer, another is off of a Netherlands, and one is a Portugal. And those 3 are paired with our German Pils, and all 4 of those countries are here in Houston playing in the World Cup. So I thought it'd be fun
Oh,
to
wow.
have that out during the World Cup. So you
Very
can
cool.
come sit down and watch the game while drying some beer from those areas.
That's
Saw
awesome.
y'all had some. Casey was showing me on the way up here. Y'all had some soccer ball glasses.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
some soccer ball.
We get one of those to take home, right?
The mugs are really cool.
yeah,
Y'all also have
Please.
like, your grounds, which this is a beautiful facility. This is my first time here. It's
Oh, it's so
absolutely
nice.
amazing. I had only seen videos online, but y'all have flags. Y'all have like the different countries' flags out here.
Yeah.
You've really kind of like gotten decorated for the World Cup, which is really a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, and we got that giant TV outside at the back of the stage, and so they'll put the games on there. It's really good for watch parties.
Yeah.
And then
They do movie nights too.
Oh wow,
They'll
that's cool.
Put a movie on, and you can, come and watch the Goonies or something.
That's awesome.
cool.
We just wrapped up construction on the covering over the pickleball courts and have that nice mural put onto there. There's also a large TV inside of there, so we're doing a lot of watch parties underneath the shade in there.
Right on.
So
Do you know who did the mural?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
His name is Jacob. I don't know.
Jacob.
I can't remember his last
he's
name.
a close friend of one of the owners.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, really great dude. Really nice. He's
Yeah.
been working on that mural for weeks. I think he finally. I saw him taking pictures of it today, so I think it's finally like finished.
Nearly
He got the
finished,
seal
I'll have
over
to go
the
check
top.
it out.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
have to maybe take
Yeah.
a picture over there.
That's
or
awesome.
something.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
You play a lot of pickleball?
No, actually, I haven't played yet.
No,
I've never played.
You've
I've
how long
played
have you been
twice.
I've never touched a paddle
long
except
time.
well when I handed them out at
We
Spindleton.
did
Yeah.
talk a few times about doing like a team building exercise playing pickleball, but it just hasn't materialized yet.
I've never played pickleball either. I'm not. Yeah.
I feel like I break some ankles.
We
Well,
always
the
say we're
last
gonna
time I
play a
did it, I was
game.
wearing
Me and you?
boots.
When we do we're like we're gonna
So
go disc
it
golfing
didn't
after
go
this.
that
We never
Oh, I'd
played.
totally do disc golf.
Oh.
Yeah. Pickleball seems intimidating, but what is it? Just like it's tennis meets ping pong?
Yeah, but people like to drink and do it.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
slightly different rules. Like the way they
you
block
play?
it out. No, I've played twice ever,
Okay.
but the last person I played with was a player, so he like it could. The first time I played, we were two like goofs just
Just hit the
fooling
ball.
around. We didn't know what we were
Beers
doing.
Adopted pickleball though, because I see a lot of craft beer spots that have
Yeah.
pickleball courts.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Huey's
Well,
got
right.
some.
Well, when you see a trend, and especially if it's an active trend, people are being active, and people are willing to do it while they're having a couple of beers. Fuck it, why not?
it's
you
just
know?
one court.
Two.
It's two.
Side by side.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Big space.
But
Yeah.
it's also I think kind of a lower investment, because it's a little tidier. It's a little smaller than a tennis court. But you could move the nets and then repurpose the space if you need to, which we're doing right now. They'll cover the courts and put tables out there for an event.
Okay. Well, y'all
Very cool.
got pickleball. You got the big screen to watch the games or movies, and then you have probably the nicest playground I've ever seen at a brewery
Yeah.
over here.
No, and it gets a lot of use. We are definitely a family-oriented brewery. That was a part of the vision that the owners had when they spent time in each other's backyards during COVID, sharing craft beer and
Yeah.
barbecue and things like that, and sparked this idea that they wanted to share that sense of community that they had built in their backyard with Sugarland. And so that's a lot of the reasoning behind why we are set up the way we are and why we bring in a lot of kids on the weekend and
Yeah.
cater to them.
Not just kids. I came to a guild meeting up here, and I saw a bunch of brewery adults all over that thing.
Yeah. But that's actually the name, which
Saw
is
Tom swinging.
we get the question every once in a while what the name means. Our owners are Keith Teague and Chuck Louder. So Talyard is Teague and Louder's yard.
Oh,
Oh,
know that.
okay. Right on.
Yeah. So
Right on.
and that was I really like that kind of message it sends. And when I was made the decision to move here from like a really great brewery I was working at before, I wanted to make sure it'd be a good fit, and that being kind of part of the message from the beginning of it just being a good environment to hang out with people and friends and family and everything like that.
Yeah.
Played into why I chose to come here.
Right on.
so I want to talk about your resume a little
Yeah.
bit. So you're at Talyard. You said you were at Spindle Tap before.
Yeah, for the 3 years.
And what did you do before that?
Immediately before Spindle Tap, I was actually running Farm Boy
Okay.
brew shop.
Okay, we did a podcast with them now that they're opening their
Yeah,
thing.
Steven and Landon. So I've known Landon a long time. And then I was actually at Houston Cider, Town and City Brewing previous to that even.
Wow.
So I think I got like my first industry job at Town and City 2018.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's cool.
you were Megaton and Genius here. I know you were at
Texas Leaguer.
Texas Leaguer.
And then my first industry job was up in Dallas working with Twin Peaks Brewing. They're
Oh, really?
a location that serves all of the locations here in Texas.
Like the Twin Peaks, like the fancy
restaurant.
Hooters.
The
Yes,
wing
exactly.
plates.
Nice. I didn't know they made beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for the
My
Texas
brother's girlfriend
location.
works
Okay.
there.
Cool. Nice.
But yeah, I started homebrewing in 2018 and then landed that job
You still
shortly
homebrew?
after. I have the equipment, just haven't had the time, and since I spend so much time on this pilot system doing that, all of my creativity goes there.
Well, it's kind of like the thing like where like chefs, like people who work in the kitchen, they don't generally want to come home and work on food at home a lot of times. It's like I do a lot of that already. Like I get that.
I think I did 2 homebrew batches like in the months after I started at Spindle Tap. And then I was like, that's enough.
Yeah.
You were
know,
big in that world.
it's like,
If you were a farm boy, though.
Yeah, and it's a lot of beer education again, and I think that's kind of why I took on the role to help our front of house staff too, because I got really good at explaining it in like tiny little bites that are easy for people to digest
Can
if they're not beer
confirm.
nerds, But yeah, I still have a lot of love for homebrewers. We have a club that meets here once a month, and we're actually sponsoring a Pro-Am category with the Foam Rangers because they're going to have their Dixie Cup, their homebrew competition pretty soon.
That's cool.
So we still try to stay
What's the
close to them.
organization called?
For the Dixie Cup?
For the homebrewers organization that comes here.
The one that comes here once a month is the Sugarland Imperialists.
Yeah.
Shout out
And
to
they'll
them.
just come. They'll have their meeting over here. They set up the table. I always, I don't keep track of dates, but I always know they've been here because our table is like cleaner and tidier. They kind of like organize some of the junk we leave behind on the weekend. And then the homebrew competition, we're going to host, like we're going to hold the beer and they're going to do a lot of the judging here. And that's with a group called the Foam Rangers. They put on the competition's called the Dixie Cup.
Okay.
They've been doing it for years.
That's awesome. That's
That
very
is
cool.
neat.
There's a lot of great clubs around town. If anybody watching is a home brewer, there's probably half a dozen or more clubs. The
down in
Mastronauts,
80 area.
the CIA in Katy, the Cane Island Ailers. If you go up north, it's the KGB, the Kirkendall Grand
Are the
Brewers.
Rogue Brewers still around? Is that still a thing? I remember meeting some of those guys at Megaton when I worked at Megaton
Oh, maybe
years ago.
There's also there'll be like little factions inside of it. So like a club will hold their competition, and then there's like teams of like 3 brewers who are friends who they're submitting to a club competition under their team name, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's still like a lot of community and a lot of people just.
If you wanted to be a
Interacting.
part of one of these, where you just look up like a Facebook group or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likely they'll have a Facebook group or their own website that you can figure out when their next meeting is, show up, say hi, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm imagining that more the merrier for those guys. They want to include more
absolutely.
people
Oh, yeah.
into that world for sure.
And then I know for the Imperialists, there's a couple people that also do mead. It's not
Yeah.
just brewing.
I mean,
There's
any fermentation, I
Yeah,
think they'll
they're
get behind,
all about it.
Y'all don't have any star sand that I can spray Brandon with occasionally, do you?
No, Skylar.
No stars in here.
We
No.
use
He's
nastier
over here
stuff,
sniffling a little
actually.
bit.
I am sniffling.
I'm gonna
I need
scoot
to
over.
stay away from the mic when I'm doing that. Yeah. I was telling Casey I went to New Magnolia last night with my wife and some friends, and I was perfectly fine. And I was ready to do this podcast, and then I got in the bed, and then I was like, all
Yeah.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Sorry.
we'll just spray you down a little
No,
bit.
no, Skylar, don't.
We got a steam line. It's like a steam clean out line if you just want to like open up your sinuses.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hey, that's
Nice
actually
facial
not a
every
bad
now and
idea.
then.
Yeah,
That might help.
yeah.
yeah.
I sometimes get wrinkles out of shirts with it.
So I know Texas Leaguer wasn't far, but this is the only like craft beer brewery out here,
Only
right?
one in Sugarland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our like kind of next closest neighbors, if you're more northwest, No Label, obviously. Further west, Baba. But
Project Halo.
Project Halo, yeah.
What's it called? What's the one? And it's a little bit further.
Oh, Columbus talking
Yeah.
about Hound Song.
Hound Song.
Yeah, they're way
yeah.
out there, but their
Oh,
beer
yeah.
they make great beer. Love that
Anytime
place.
we go to Austin for some sort of guild thing, it's,
stop at
we
House
stop
Hall?
there for lunch. It's
Yeah.
a great place.
Project Halo is one on my radar. I have not been to. I
no?
really want to go
Really?
check it out.
We'll do a
yeah.
podcast with them. I've talked to them about doing
Yeah,
it.
I just need to
haven't,
get out there.
I haven't been to the new location because they moved buildings, but I went to their first spot.
Yeah.
They didn't move far, did they? That were
No.
No, it's
No,
not
I
that
think,
far.
and I don't think.
They were only there for a year that first
I don't even think they like scaled up their production. I think it's all the same brew house and everything. They just got a larger like tap room space out of it.
right on.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
From what I've seen, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah.
But they make fantastic beer. And
Yeah, they're
it's,
great
it's
people.
a woman-led brewery. You know, she's the one getting on the brew deck and doing the work. So that's pretty awesome to see too.
Yeah, it is. No, they make great beer.
Like really great.
Award-winning beer. They took home 1 or 2 awards at the last Texas Craft Brewers Guild
Yeah.
earlier this year.
And they have fun names too, which I think is kind of,
Yeah,
it sells it for me. I like a
yeah.
good fun name for a beer.
cat puns.
Yeah, a lot of cat puns. Very
All
cat
about the
oriented.
cats over there.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. What's up next? What are we trying next?
Oh yeah, I don't have a beer anymore.
No, we're a little dry.
Bring like
We need a bell to ring to call somebody.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, can we
You
get
know.
a bartender? Our own private bartender?
Need like a bat phone,
Yeah.
where you can just phone the tap
That would
room.
be pretty neat. Like
Send it in.
it's just like it looks like a beer that we put to our head.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Or I mean, we could get a literal bat signal and just have a light
yeah.
Ooh. We
project
need
it
to
up.
bring one of those just with us all the time.
Yeah, we should.
Wherever we're going.
Yeah.
Or it could be like at the Mexican restaurants where you'd raise the flag.
Yeah,
and then they would-
pachos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just have that for. I think isn't that what they do for in Germany and like Cologne? It's like for Kolsch breweries.
Yeah.
It's like you have a coaster that's
A
red on
coaster.
one side and green
Right.
on the other.
Yeah. I was
So
just
if
about
you
to say
have it
that.
flipped green, they'll just come and give you more beer.
I remember at Ingenious, we thought about doing that during COVID when it was like, what was it, 25% capacity, and everybody had to do social distancing. So
Yeah.
we were trying to figure out how do we touch tables without being, over the top of people too much. And so we didn't actually do it, but we gave it a lot of thought to doing something similar to that because it seemed like a pretty good idea. Like, hey, I need another beer, or
I got a solution
I have a
for you.
question or whatever.
So I want to talk about this anyways. I just got back from Japan last Friday. So
Yeah, you did.
yeah, I wish I was still there to be honest. But everything's so efficient there. Everything's efficient. So it doesn't matter that I didn't even attempt to learn the language. But there's a tablet everywhere you go where you can just click English and then you order what you want and then it just shows up. There's this ramen place, Ichiban, I think is what it's called, and you could be cut off, so you wouldn't have to worry about getting the snizzles from me.
Yeah.
And they just pick it up, and after I order on a tablet, they just stick the ramen right in front of me.
You have
And
like a
then
little
they close it.
cubicle, right?
Yeah.
It's like a little cubicle.
And then they have like a little bamboo kind of thing they lift up, and they're like, "Here you go," and they're all wearing masks.
Partition or
You got your
curtain
own
or something.
water
Exactly.
faucets, so you can get water. You never run out of water. Yeah, it's great. We went to a Japanese barbecue place where we could order the food on a tablet, and we had no idea, but there was a conveyor belt next to us, and whenever we ordered the food, it just shot out on the conveyor belt right in front of us. They should do that with beer.
It shot out like fast, like
It shot out fast. So like I ordered the food, and maybe like a minute or later, it just appeared. And I was like, and I wasn't expecting it. I thought somebody was going to bring it out to
Is
me.
this someone else's food? That's what I would have said. I'm like, this is a little too.
You try it for a beer, you'll spill 3 or 4 ounces
I
just
know.
getting the glass.
There's
over
got to be a
to
way
you.
to do it.
I don't know.
The Japanese, they're efficient, man.
There's been a couple of those kind of like self-serve tap wall places. But I think like that customer interaction is still pretty important, especially for
It
craft
is.
beer, because
Especially for me to stay in this industry.
they get so many questions up there. Like I don't have to serve, but I'll eavesdrop. I'll go up to get water or order
Oh, he
some
brought
food.
beer.
Yeah.
Little beers.
I'll eavesdrop on
2 little beers.
people
Are these
talking to
award-winning
our
beers?
servers, and like they have plenty of questions. That
Not yet.
back and forth is important, I think, to craft beer.
Yeah.
Not
I
everybody knows it as
I did
well
too,
as
and
we
I think
do.
that was like for us. It was only for that little short period of time where it was weird, and you could only have up to so many people
Thank
at
you,
your
thank you.
establishment. But yeah, I think that's one thing that we talked about a lot on this podcast is bringing back, and it's not just wanting to have it come back. It is coming back. I think the raising those customer service standards that I think kind of got lost a little bit. For a little while, just
So important.
across the board. I think people are trying to bring that back. That customer service relationship.
I do want to say I saw a clip yesterday. I should have sent it to you. I think I was like at a red light or something, and there was a hand, like a robotic hand. I guess this is AI that was grabbing the cup, and it was putting it up to the taps, and it was pouring into the taps, and then putting it on the bar in front of the people. It's just a robot arm.
I've seen that. Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah, I don't think it was AI though. I think it's a real.
I mean,
thing.
I think the system that runs the
Oh,
robotic
right,
arm would
right,
probably
right,
be
yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
I know for sure there's something like that on a cruise ship. that does mixed drinks and serves beer with a robot hand. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it on a gimbal in case the ship rocks?
Is AI coming for our jobs, guys?
Not mine.
I mean, how much personality does this AI robot have? It could be kind of fun, you know.
He could be a cool guy.
Could be a cool AI robot. But yeah, no, I think that is kind of fun. But ultimately, I think people want that face to face. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sure.
I like what we've talked about Benny Thunders over and over again on this podcast, where they have that self pour system. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Where you just get a card and you put your card on there, and it's like gasoline. You pour by the ounce how much you want, and they charge you by the ounce.
Yeah.
It's really cool because once you kind of get the hang of it, you're like, shit, I guess I'll try a little bit of this. I'll try. Hey, they got wine too. I'll have a couple of ounces of that. You know?
Like
a lot of
so,
local craft breweries
Yeah.
on there.
maybe the last time it was like an important interaction for me. I was in San Diego in December and stopped by Pizza Port Brewing, one of their locations. I can't remember which one. I was getting shuttled around, so I wasn't keeping track of the geography very well. But you go in, it's an established brewery. It's been there for probably 20 plus years. They got like 20 beers up on their tap wall. And I just asked the guy, I'm like, I don't know what, like I can't pick through every one of these. Like, can you help me pick? He gives me two entirely different samples and asked me to try them and then just say which one I was, like, which direction I was leading. And then he just took me one way
That's
or
like
the
an eye
other.
exam.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, he knew his beer really well. He was energetic, you know, and it was me being lazy. I didn't want to read 20 descriptions for 20 beers. I just asked him, hey, can you help me figure out what I want? And so he gave me an A, B, and I was like,
That's
I
great.
think I want the maltier one. And then he gave me that, and it kind of
See,
went from there.
It's good when they're knowledgeable, when they have some information. If I just go to the brewery and I'm like, what's hazy? And they're just like, I don't know. And I'm like, if you can give me like, oh, there's these 4 different beers. If you let me try all 4 different beers, even better. If you tell me what you personally like the most, that's what I really want to hear.
Yeah. You mean NEPA? Like, no, I think it's like, to your point, like that guy probably has an extensive knowledge of beer, but also has an extensive knowledge of how to interact with a person
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
figure out, kind of get inside their head just a little bit. Like, you gave you 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. You kind of say, well, I kind of like this. Well, that opens up this window of beers. If you go the other way, that opens up a different window.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where
That's cool.
that kind of thinking sometimes gets lost. Like you just said, like, I think it gets lost. People just are kind of like, they not opening
they'll
their brain
stick
up
to what
that.
they like
Yeah.
or what they know.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll be less adventurous.
It's
So
also
in
just
case-
more hands-on as opposed to, well, what do you normally drink? That seems to be a really big go-to. Like, well, I know what you normally drink, then I know what we have that we'll suggest, as opposed to having this like A/B interaction where we get you to try something that you might not have, and you'll learn that you like something that you didn't know you liked.
Right.
That's a big upside to that kind of interaction over just, well, what do you normally drink?
Yeah, we were so sample heavy at Ingenious. I would sometimes see the look on their
We had
face,
to
looking
at
at the
Ingenious.
menu, and just kind of getting a little overwhelmed. I would just kind of try to read the room a little bit, go grab a couple of samples, and just, hey, try this.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, I don't like sours. I'm like, just give it a little taste. And the next thing you know, they've had 3 of them, you know, and like that happened more often than I could count. Like, it happened a lot, like
Yeah.
where you kind of could figure out sort of, okay, they may like these 2 or 3 things, and it wouldn't always be something fruity or sour. Sometimes I would do an IPA. I just wouldn't say it was an IPA because
Yeah.
they would a lot of times like, I don't like IPAs. And
I've had to train myself as a beer nerd not to jump in when I hear I don't like IPAs. You know, 'cause
Get triggered.
You want to be like, what kind of IPA? What do you not like about it? I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do. You know, like
yeah, they're bitter. That's usually the
Yeah.
main thing that gets said is they're bitter. And it's like, it's not quite 100% true.
So the last time you had an IPA was in the 90s, right?
Right. Yeah.
I was going to say, someone who sells beer in the market, when I sell to these certain bars and they go up to the bartenders like we were describing, you know, like a lot of them aren't trained. If they got 100 taps on the wall, then they're just going to be art car every single time. They just order what they know. If they don't have any kind of information, if they're just trying to get them out of the way so they can get to the next customer. And that happens at places like Kirby Ice House and stuff like that. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to call Kirby Ice House that, but I just feel like
They have a
that's-
shit ton of taps.
They have a shit ton of
Yeah.
tabs.
I do not feel bad for those bartenders having to try and figure out what this person wants to drink when you have that many options.
And
to
a
try
full
run
bar.
through, and a full bar.
And that's
Yeah.
why my beer doesn't move at Kirby Ice House because there's
Right.
too many options.
Get lost in the shuffle. Yeah. And then a lot of people just kind of like are so overwhelmed. They're like, I'm just going to go for that art car because I've had it 9 million times and I know I like it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
One of my favorite customer craft beer interactions I've heard is a friend of mine went to a place in town. I'm not going to call them out. And there was a IPA on the board, and they asked if it was like a West Coast style IPA or what it was. And the server just told them, "Oh no, it's local."
It's from the dirty South.
Yeah,
No, West
you know,
Coast.
just kind of missed the point.
Yeah.
My friend is pretty familiar with craft beer, can speak to it pretty well. Like we've been around each other enough that I probably dumped information on them, and all they want to know is what kind of IPA am I getting, and
they're probably like, "What an
just-
idiot! What do you mean West Coast?"
Jacob, I'm going to let you know, I had your mic turned all the way up. So the first little part of this podcast, you're going to be like growling at the
Oh yeah,
mic.
you do kind of have a deep kind of.
No, I actually just tested it. It's not that bad. But
Yeah.
if anybody's listening and wonder why he was screaming into the mic,
Yeah.
it really wasn't that bad.
Reminds me of Luis. We really.
I should have turned it all the way up on Louise.
Well, we had that AI thing do it that time where it kind of matched everybody's.
Yeah, it
that
sounded
one was.
horrible.
It really was kind of a weird one. It was very. If somebody was talking and then somebody else started talking, it would like cut that person off and start that person. So it's very glitchy.
That was
sounding.
our old equipment that we have.
Yeah.
This is we kind of upgraded, but yeah, it cut out all the background noise. So
Yeah.
there was like none of that like back white
It
noise.
was a little choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when they're filming out in public spaces and stuff, they'll like record just the noise of the environment, because it's different there than it would be anywhere else, and they have to add it in, otherwise your brain doesn't.
Right.
I kind of like
know
having a
something
little
is
bit of the
wrong.
background
Right.
noise in the podcast.
Yeah.
Like if we're at a brewery and they're always like, if there's people around, they're like, "Oh, is this a problem?" No. If the music's on a little bit, not a problem. We did a full podcast at No Label where there was a band playing the
yeah.
entire
wow.
time. It really
Ripping.
wasn't that bad. I like hearing him working behind. It's kind of cool seeing him doing his thing behind you.
Right.
It's cool for us too. We don't have to do it.
Shout out to Ty, by the way.
Shout out to Ty.
Shout out to Ty.
Yo, Ty.
You just
You
saying
want
how
to
much
say,
we
you wanna
love
say
hearing
hi in the
you work.
mic? You want to introduce yourself? You just say hi.
While,
I'm not
while
trying
he's
to stop
getting ready
you.
to come over, what are we drinking?
So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
drinking Illuminating Waves, our hazy IPA. It's been a core beer since the beginning, and we just recently made some tweaks to how we handle that brew day and the water profile to really accentuate, make the color a little lighter, get that haze to stick a little more opaque, and just all around be a better hazy
Yes.
IPA.
It's really good.
Thank you.
ABV.
6.5, 7.
Yeah, 6.5. 7.
Okay, I was thinking it didn't seem like it was like a big guy.
No, no.
Yeah.
Single.
Yeah.
Single.
It's kind of
Yeah.
what I like these days, though. Kind of want a little bit of a lower ABV on my hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that 6.5.
It depends on how many I'm planning on having.
Oh, for sure.
That's usually the-
I got desensitized to it at Spindle Tap because we had
Nothing but
Eight,
hazy
eight,
deepas
eight.
for days.
Yeah.
8.5, and
Yeah.
Had a bit
Some
of-
nines. And then Houston Hayes 7.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, there were some beers we did there, that like it'd be a one-off, and then we would make it the next year, and it would go from a single to a double. And I honestly thought it was better as like a single strength IPA. you know?
Yeah.
How long did you work there for?
I was there for 3 years.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
A good little stretch, but I mean that crew's really tight, and all those guys have a lot of tenure at that place.
Were you involved in making any of their THC stuff?
No, that would have been Jeremy. He was kind of the R&D guy there. I don't partake,
No.
so I wouldn't have been a good authority on it.
Yeah.
Smells good.
Oh man, we even had that. I don't drink tea, and he was making a peach tea hard seltzer, and he would bring me a sample when he was doing his R&D.
Oh, you were
and
there while they were making it. You just
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
participate.
but he would bring me this sample, and I would be like, "Yeah, it tastes like tea, man."
Yeah. That's
don't
funny.
like
Yeah.
I'm not your target audience.
Yeah. So they have THC now. They have their coffee. They're kind of like
They've always done
synergizing
coffee.
everything.
Yeah.
Coffee's
Yeah, the coffee's amazing
They're really
too.
good.
Yeah.
Coffee's really
It's
good.
free, right? Like you just go up there and have a cup of coffee.
If you work there, I think it's acceptable to have a little bit. Yeah, I think
No,
that's.
I think I just walked in there. Maybe I was stealing. I don't know.
I think you were stealing. I think that
Or
was.
you were loaded, and they're like, "He needs it."
Some coffee.
Yeah.
When I was, I forget what the gentleman's name who started the coffee there. Do you happen to know?
Matthew.
So before I was in craft beer, I was doing the F Your Liver card game, and Ty, you want to say hi?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, that's Ty. A little bit longer because I lost you.
What's up, world?
Yeah. What do you do here?
I'm actually one of the cellarmen and brewer in training. So I've been on the brew deck for the past 3 months, 2 months,
A little longer.
a little longer.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And just
I
been.
felt like I met you like 3 months ago when I walked in.
Yeah, we met. Last
Sounds
time
about
you
right.
were here,
Yeah.
It was a brew day.
and that was a brew day. So I was probably brewing that day. So I've just been trying to get my work in and be like one of these two guys.
That get to do a
Right on.
podcast and bullshit while
Yeah,
you're doing all the
just
work?
sit around while I clean a tank back there. It's the luxuries in life that they get.
Okay, we'll get back to work.
Cheers, man. Yeah.
I was saying Matt, who does the coffee, I was doing the F Your Liver card game, and I just stopped by, and I was like, hey, I would love to do set up the booth occasionally at Spindle Tap, and he introduced me to all the right people, and I think it was Elizabeth at the time, and got me involved, and I got to set up the booth many times, and I met a lot of people in the industry. That's how I met Sylvia, was setting up the booth and just hanging out there, and
Yeah.
I'm really thankful for that. I just forgot his name for a second because I haven't seen him in years.
I mean, it's a great group of people. It's a really good team, and everybody in the industry loves each other and this and that. And I've told a few people I was more nervous about telling the team there that I accepted a different position somewhere else than I was interviewing for this job I have now.
Wow. That's a testament.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Yeah. It's like breaking up with your girlfriend a little bit, just a little
Kind
bit.
of, yeah. But
Yeah.
in an amicable way.
Right. Yeah.
Just like,
But it
hey, I think this will be better for me.
Similar emotions. Yeah. It's not you. It's me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. That was just tasty, man. I
really good.
I really like this.
And this was not one of the award winners.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
We'll
I
keep
don't think
entering
we
it.
submitted that one at
Fair.
Fredericksburg.
It did not go to Fredericksburg, but it's been in the best of, and it was at the Texas Craft Brewers Guild. But that was prior to the changes I mentioned earlier. So ideally, the next time we're in competition, it'll do a lot better.
Okay.
I also think hazies are kind of a weird category in competition.
Super competitive.
Well, I don't think the kind of guidelines have caught up to the market,
Yeah.
so to speak. Because everything initially is based on BJCP standards for the style.
Right.
And then hopefully the judges sitting at the table are pretty well acquainted with it and can speak to the style.
And they're different regionally, really.
Yeah. But
for sure.
what's happening in the market with what breweries are doing for hazy IPAs, I think is advanced faster than BJCP guidelines can keep up with categorizing and defining it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. Yeah.
if you're trying to brew something to style, which is what a competition is, hazies, it might not be your brewery's ideal hazy or what people in your area think of as a good hazy. It might be slightly, off center. But that's just how competitions are.
Yeah. Houston likes their bitter hazies.
Yep.
And,
And, a little bit drier because of the heat we have down here. Having
Well-
that drier finish definitely makes it a little more easy drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have to say I'm in that category myself. I like a
I
drier
am as
hazy.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, Spindle Tap is one of the big ones that really stood out in the beginning that got, I think, Houston into hazies.
Yeah, and then Parrish kind of alongside with them, with the
Parrish.
Operation Juice
And I
Drop.
would say
and then-
Baba, too. People love their Baba hazies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ghost in the Machine is a pretty iconic one.
Ubiquitous,
There's-
yeah.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
say it's arguably the best hazy in the South.
It's definitely the
Arguably.
best mass-produced hazy.
Most
in the South.
popular.
Most
Yeah.
popular, most widely distributed.
I will say, to me, if I'm being honest, it's not the same as it once was. It's kind of lost a little bit of its luster.
I
Also,
haven't had one in a while. I'm
also,
gonna be
if it
honest.
sits in that keg for too long, that's one thing I was going to ask you guys. Are you brewing as much of this as you do? What size brew house y'all have?
20 barrel.
20 barrels. So are you doing 20 barrels of this or 40 or
40.
Okay.
That's
Right on.
wild.
So is that as big as you go? 40?
We have a 60 barrel fermenter and brine, but we have not filled that quite up. We do use it for storing 40 barrel fermentations when we need to, when the 40 barrel is tied up.
Yeah. Right on.
Are
Sweet.
both these beers that we've tried on the market, or is George moving these beers out there?
Both of these are label approved and out in the market. I believe we're currently at around 55 locations across the city.
Okay.
We're not in any grocery stores or anything like that. but definitely intend to in the next year or so be working towards that
That's
goal.
exciting.
Yeah.
Very much so.
But yeah, bars and restaurants, that kind of thing.
That's what we
leaves
do.
Kegs out in the market.
Yeah.
You got to be like really, really ready for the like retail shelf game.
Yes.
You know, because if you
It's a lot.
Yeah.
commit to it and you can't keep up with that volume, then you start to lose spots really quickly, and it can kind of burn breweries.
It
Yeah.
also comes back to having the right people too. Yeah.
Totally.
Oh,
And it's a lot of money to invest in canning line and then having extra hands on deck to just do packaging.
If you're not with a distribution company, it costs $10,000 a self-distribution brewery just to be in an HEB
Yep.
and insurance, which
Yep.
is wild.
Yeah.
It is
And we
prohibitive.
are self-distro.
Yeah.
Is that always? Are y'all always planning to stay self-distro, or has there been conversations about getting it with a Silver Eagle or a Benny Keith or HD?
I think as long as we can.
Yeah, that's definitely the consensus with everyone. Everyone has a different idea of like what the antithesis would be for making that switch, but I think we all decided that it's better for us to just continue to grow the self-distribution as much as we can and try and push as much as we can over our own tap, over bar, because that's where we make the most profit, and we can continue to reinvest in this place, because if we're going to make that move to being in stores, we're going to make that purchase on a new canning line and move up from the single head Gosling that we have right now.
Okay.
And also, like, for every brewery, for any beer that any customer likes, it's always going to be best served at the brewery, because that's where the brewery has the most control over their product. We know our kegs and our cans are always stored cold. So if you buy a 4-pack from us, it just went from this big cooler to that little cooler to hopefully your refrigerator. You know, same with our kegs. It's not sitting in a hallway in the back of a restaurant.
Right.
You're right. Yeah, I've seen it firsthand. When I was with Backpew, there was a point where I had like 20 cases of beer just sitting in the back, not cold, waiting to be put out for whatever reason.
Yeah. So we try to prioritize the on-premise sales as much as we can. You know, you'll have the best quality that way, the best experience, and we make more money off it that way,
Exactly.
because there's not a third party that needs a cut. So
You guys
anybody
split
who
it so
loves
many
craft
ways.
beer, keep that in mind and drink your favorite beers at the breweries.
I
Right.
think that's
Support
something that
local.
needs to happen. Yes, and all breweries, because we're hurting right now. And I was talking to Casey about it on the way here, and I was making jokes about the stock market and the Fed a minute ago. But I did want to touch on, there was just a Fed meeting 2 days ago. So if anybody's watching this, they're watching it a week from now, and they were expecting, a lot of people were expecting with Kevin Walsh, who is the new appointed Fed chair, for them to cut interest rates. But they kept them the same, and they kind of insinuated that interest rates were going to actually go up. So we're going to get rate hikes instead of rate cuts. What is that going to mean for breweries? Because on one case, if they did cut rates, then it means they're going to print more money. And it would feel really good for a little while. But with rate hikes, try to lower the economy. We might go through a little bit of pain getting there, and the breweries have been going through a lot of pain already. And it sounds like there's going to be more of it. So this like period we've been trying to get out of economically, it sounds like we're going to be there for a little bit longer. Maybe to 2027, 2028. They want to hit a 2% economy level. Inflation level, which we're like 3.8 or something like right now, which is crazy.
I don't know. We thankfully don't have to worry about the financial side as much. You know, we're not the guys keeping track of the books. I would think it's probably worse news for like new or expanding breweries. Like when you are taking out those business loans, you're doing a lot of capital investment, you know, and expanding or building out for the first time.
I'm not really talking about the breweries. I'm talking about the people that come to the breweries and spend their money.
Yeah.
Craft beer is a luxury.
It is. It very much is. Going out to eat is becoming more of a luxury these days with the rising costs. And it's just finding ways to offer more experience and more of a value in being here, I think, is the way to push through that, so that the people that can afford come out and get more for their dollar.
Right.
When they're at a brewery, enjoying the freshest version of that beer, great food out of the kitchen, and a great environment to build community and be with loved ones and take a minute to slow down and
Yeah.
step away from all that chaos in the world.
Right. Yeah. And I think the Houston market is a little separate a lot of times, it seems, from a lot of the other places in the country. I think people have kind of made their adjustments to this new kind of economy that we're in. And I've seen,
We have to.
at quite a lot of breweries around town. I've heard that people are either like basically, drinking levels dropped a little bit, but now they've kind of flatlined over the past couple of years. And I mean, a lot of places numbers are up. I know I've talked to a couple of buyers at a couple of different places that we have beer on tap at that say that their numbers are up from last year as far as beer sales goes. And not astronomical hikes or anything like that, but people have kind of readjusted is what I think
I
it
could
is.
speak for Megaton, and I could say sales are up for the brewery.
Sales are up for Deca as
as far
well.
as distribution
That's good, yeah.
and for the brewery itself.
Yeah,
Good.
and I think it's like you said, it's making it experiential. I know it's difficult for a place like Deca because we're so tiny, but I mean we have such a good crowd of regulars that you just feel invited and
You
welcome
do, yeah.
when you go in there.
Yeah, and that's I would say, like that's also Great Heights thing because
Yeah.
they're small square footage, but if you go there often enough, hang out there often enough, you'll see the same people.
Yeah.
like they have a very good neighborhood crowd.
They do.
Yeah,
They make really good beer.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they do. Yeah, and you guys, y'all have such a huge area. You were saying y'all do like movies, and we were going to get into events and stuff in a little bit. Like we're going to talk about kind of some of the stuff you guys have
100%.
going on, because I think y'all have a lot of space to do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff. I just want to end on that little segment and just say that, yes, it's more profitable for the brewery for them to come here and buy the beer directly from us, but grabbing a 6-pack at the grocery store, and hopefully craft beer people won't do this because they want to venture off, they want to try new things, they want to go new places.
Yeah.
But it's like, what, $9 for a 6-pack? Go home, watch Netflix that you're already paying for. That's a cheap night right there. And
Right.
Coming out to a brewery, you're going to spend a little bit more money.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's why you're not going to a brewery 3-4 days a week.
I am.
That's what the
The average person.
yeah. I mean, that's what your retail beer is for. Is for the kind of more regular thing. You want a beer with your dinner.
Yeah.
Beer while you watch a movie at home.
Right.
But hopefully you get your free time, your weekend. You can come out, have some fun.
I definitely want to get into your
stuff.
kitchen, but I think maybe we'll get some pizza on the break, so we can maybe talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right on.
I could eat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're 42 minutes in, so I want to go a little while longer before we take a break.
We want to pass around.
Oh, yeah. You
Next,
brought us some more
tasting.
goodies. Another IPA.
Just smash pale ale. I think it's like
Okay.
5.5.
That's the one y'all got an award for.
No.
No. He doesn't want to give us the good stuff, Casey.
Oh, it was.
I'm doing this one because it was the
Just
first beer
kidding.
that Ty brewed by himself.
Oh, okay,
And
okay, right
it's
on.
Turned out really
Ty,
good.
this is your first beer that you brewed by yourself, bro?
Smash.
Super Smash Brothers?
Overhead smash.
Overhead smash.
Nobody can hear you, but he said it's the first beer he brewed by himself. Here, actually, just squeeze him in real quick.
Take up a chair.
Let's try the beer and look at him while we're doing it.
Oh, that's lovely.
So the hop is Cascade, and it's from we did a rubbing Crosby hops.
Did you
It's from
homebrew,
Crosby
Ty?
hops, and we
No, I actually helped my dad, who was a home brewer. So that's how I actually got into brewing.
This is your first brewery that you worked at?
No, so I actually worked at Buff Brew in 2020.
Oh, really?
And went down with the ship. And so, yeah, I
Glad
got
to see you here.
Did you get to stick around for Tejas for a little bit?
I did.
Yeah.
So I did work at Tejas and then moved over here because of Byron.
Yeah.
So Byron
Oh, yeah,
was
Byron's from Buff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. So funny story is that he was the first person that I actually brewed like my own beer with at Buff Brew. That was like the really cool thing. It was for New Year's. I play in a band and we were
What's
playing.
the name of your band?
Rainchild.
And where can we find that?
Yeah, on
Casey knows you.
Spotify. Yeah, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube. We're everywhere.
Very cool.
We've been together for about 14 years.
Check out
Yeah, dude.
Rainchild. And what's
Yeah.
the name of this beer again?
The Overhead Smash.
The Overhead Smash. And come to Talyard and try out the Overhead Smash.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I worked at Tejas, and then just moved over here because
Byron stole you.
Byron stole me.
Sorry, what do you do in Rainchild?
I'm a bass player.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were in the band from the beginning?
Not in the beginning, no. I actually started whenever I was 19.
Okay.
So they were already a band for about 5-6 years before I even was around, and
Dude,
then
I used to see them play in a Tacita at Kick Dogs.
Yeah, Kick Dogs.
I've known Dustin for a while.
There's been a lot of stories from Kick Dogs that I never got to experience, and
I've got a few myself.
yeah. So, but
that won't get aired.
But I started in 2012 with them.
Okay, fuck yeah, dude. Hell
So,
yeah.
yeah.
That's exciting. And y'all are kind of coming back.
We are, yeah. So we stopped because I had a baby, and then
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was the pregnancy?
It was actually not bad.
Said he had a baby. I'm sorry.
For me, at least. You had the baby?
No, my wife had the baby.
Okay.
But we slowed down because of the baby, and then we actually just had our practice
Y'all
yesterday.
do any live music at Talyard?
We're actually going to be here on September 5th.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
For the
September
anniversary.
5th, Rainchild.
Rainchild.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, we've been around the Houston area.
And you guys
Before
are
you
you
leave,
guys
let
are
me
kind
get
of
your
like
number.
you guys are rock. I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it.
We've always called it like hard rock, radio rock.
Yeah.
You know, I always say we're like Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden kind of sound.
Okay.
So, you know,
Hell yeah.
easy listening.
Bands I like.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
It's funny because whenever I first started here, you know, we have our radio, and they're like, "What kind of music do you listen to?" I was like, "Oh, mostly '90s grunge." And so,
mostly
like,
what I listen to.
they know whenever you know, people walk in the brewery, it's like, "Oh, Ty's on the radio right now because Soundgarden's playing."
Yeah.
Well, I
Hell
really
yeah.
like your beer, Ty.
Thanks,
That's
man.
awesome, man.
I
Yeah, this
appreciate
beer is
it.
excellent.
Yeah,
It's really good.
appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Cheers. Thanks for coming on again.
Yeah. So
Ty got the plug.
Cascade from, you said Crosby Hops? That's where y'all sourced from?
Yeah, so we did lot selection for a few varieties. So this is like one that we sat down and we sampled several different Cascade lots, and we really liked this one. We picked it, and
Not from Crosby, Texas.
no.
Just to clarify.
Just to clarify, yeah. Definitely up in the
They're
Northwest.
Oregon,
Oregon,
not
yeah,
Washington.
not Washington.
Yeah.
Oregon.
Okay.
So it's still Northwest, but it, not in Yakima.
Okay. Do you care to kind of explain, like, when you do these, when you sit down and try these different lots, like, what is that like? What do you notice differently about a Cascade from, say, Oregon versus Washington? Or
It's well, it could be kind of difficult because you know, you're looking for small differences of the same thing,
Right.
And
Yeah.
you'll get in your own head, and you'll doubt whether you're noticing the difference or, you know,
Especially
if you're
halfway
imagining
through.
it, you know, and then you get a lot of hop dust in your nose. And I was having a sneezing fit when we were doing this, and but it even like really similar locations, you can have differences between an early pick and a late pick. So if it was an early pick Cascade, it's probably going to be more on like the fruity aroma side. If it's a late pick Cascade, it leans more into the kind of like dank bitterness, resinous thing. So you could have the fields, you know, right next to each other, as close as you could get them. But if you change the pick date, it changes the
Wow, that's-
character and quality of the hop even.
Yeah, I find that fascinating. Just come from a little bit of wine background. It's very much like how wine,
Like terroir.
terroir, and all that stuff is explained. Yeah, super cool.
There's as much or more in beer, you know, for terroir. It's just a lot harder to like prioritize it because obviously the hops grow better in different parts of the country than Texas. So it's
Right.
not like
Oh, yeah?
there's a lot of Texas hops available to us or anything.
Yeah, they don't yield
You
very
know,
well, but I mean they do.
Yeah. So it's like you don't have that same focus in craft beer about terroir and locality that wine has in some places.
Right.
But it's, you know, because you kind of have to source your ingredients from all over.
Yeah, no, and I think that's what's funny about when people are like, "Oh, it's got Cascade in it. I know what it's going to taste like. Oh, it's got Mosaic. Oh, it's going to have that grapefruit thing." I was like, "Not always. Sometimes you get little bits of onion, or you get
The guys at Spindle Tap, when I was there, they talked about a couple times the best Galaxy they ever got was Galaxy they got from St. Arnold's, that St. Arnold's was big enough to do lot selection for, and then like sold them some extra. And
That's
that was
cool.
the best Galaxy they ever used. And it, and a place like St. Arnold's has the talent and the kind of size to swing that, to do the lot selection for everything they work with.
Yeah, that's
And
rad.
that's how they get the best ingredients.
Yeah, and I know Galaxy, from what I've heard, and I'm not a brewer, but I've heard it's definitely it can be finicky.
It's definitely had like with all hops, the younger they are, they have a lot of characteristics that'll change as they mature, and they continue to grow them because they're rhizome based as opposed to seed based. You really kind of use that same plant over and over and just replant it, so it continues to mature and continues to change how it's going to develop. So a lot of times people will get a hold of this brand new hop and it'll do some crazy cool things in beer, and then they'll try and use that hop 2 years later, and it's just not the same. And it's not really that it's from a different location. It's just that that plant has changed as it's matured and been cultivated more times over.
Right, yeah.
And that definitely was something that a lot of people noticed with Galaxy.
It's a big
Okay.
environmental impact too. Just the weather that year for that growing season can
Right.
change the outcome of the hops.
When there was a whole bunch of fires over on the
then-
West Coast, that definitely
Yeah.
changed some of the hop oil concentrations in the hops for that year's selection.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, I
a
can
lot
imagine.
of a lot of lots just got dumped because they had
Smoking.
too much smoke exposure
yeah.
Oh, no.
from
Yep.
the wildfires that were like nearby. So you could have all the ideal conditions when you plant the rhizome and get your crops growing, and hopefully you want to harvest hops, and then the tides can change on you, and then it's just not ideal for the growing season.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's very fascinating.
One other comment about how impactful terroir is that when you think about the New Zealand hops and what they started from, a lot of those are either like Cascade or Noble hops that were just brought down and put in the ground there. And because of the terroir and the environment in which they grew, they became completely different in their expression, more tropical, forward. And so I feel like it's Riwaka.
I want
It
to say
was,
the same. Like
uh,
Riwaka, I think, is basically a Saw's cousin now.
Yeah. So, it's
But
really-
it was Saw's that's been in New Zealand long enough to become its own thing.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know that they would just change based on the environment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Even grain, I mean, I'm sure it has some has some
Yeah.
changes depending on where it's from, and like you said, the conditions of that year.
Yeah, there's a few different varieties of malt out there. Genie, Steffi, stuff like that. And then one where it's grown, how plump it's going to be, the concentration of proteins and moisture, and then how the maltster handles it through their different regiments of steeping and kilning and stuff like that. Really just opens up the books on how different it can be.
Right. Yeah. That is very interesting.
It is interesting.
So how many like suppliers do you guys use for like, say, your grain? You go through quite a bit?
Like
2 or 3?
actual vendors, I think 3
Yeah.
mostly. But between those 3, we can get like kind of a larger variety of grain from different maltsters.
Okay.
It kind of funnels down. So like Vireman products go through BSG.
Yeah, good.
Domestic stuff like Montana malt, we've been trying out and having fun with. We get that through TBI up in the Dallas area. And then country malt we like using Chit, which is made by Best Malls, and that comes through country malt.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Interesting.
I need another beer.
All right.
Yeah.
But we are 53 minutes in, so we could go ahead and take a break now if
Okay.
y'all want.
Yeah, we can get a couple pizzas, get some beer.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
great.
Do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Are you someone who loves beer and is looking for a bigger home so you have more room for that beer? Are you looking to move closer to your favorite brewery or bottle shop? Whatever the reason, you need to call Hugh Height, the Texas Beer Realtor. Hugh is a craft beer fan looking to help out his fellow hopheads any way he can with their real estate needs. That's Hugh Haight, TexasBeerRealtor.com or 281-939-8182. Hello, and welcome to Spider Games. A few years ago, I started selling a couple video games on eBay. Now I'm selling video games of all generations, retro toys, and anything I think's cool. I'm a top-rated seller, because I package well and I take care of my customers. Check out my store on eBay. It's called Spider Games. Do you have any old video games sitting around? I buy video games of all generations, and I pay better than the game stores. If you do, email me at spidergamesebay@gmail.com.
I'm also known as DJ Sino. You can find me at least a couple of different breweries or craft beer bars throughout the month hosting the best music bingo in all of Houston. We'll be sharing those shenanigans right here on the Beer Someone podcast.
F your liver, the game that will have you salute the general, and then say the alphabet backwards, and then elect the president, and then bust a move, and then throw a ninja star, and then shoot your finger gun, and then roar like a T-Rex, and then freeze like ice, and then karate chop, and then bust a rhyme, and then bet on a horse race, and then spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and then make your buddy laugh. Don't touch the ground because the floor is lava. Tell a story. Read my lips. Just grab 3 to 20 friends, a drink of your choice, shuffle and flip the top card, and let the chaotic hilarity unfold. F your liver, a game worth drinking to.
Beer Someone listeners, are you thinking about buying, selling, or leasing a home? If so, you need to call Hugh Height, the Texas Beer Realtor. Hugh knows hops and Hugh knows houses, and he can help you with all your real estate needs. That's TexasBeerRealtor.com or 281-939-8182.
My favorite
Hey everybody,
question
we're
from
back
customers.
on Beer Someone episode 29 at Talyard Brewing. And are all the beers brewed here?
They are on site.
Right here in this room.
I really did. We're on the podcast.
I know.
That is, I mean, it's a reminder like how big of a gap there is in like our customer base knowledge. When
Yeah.
they walk in, they visit a brewery, and then they ask, "Oh, is all the beer brewed here?" And it's like, yes, we're a brewery.
And they do, and they a lot of times will get excited over kind
Hey,
of.
you want to jump on for a minute?
Take one of our seats.
Yeah, we only got the 4. You guys step up, Adam.
Mike Duckworth, everybody.
Hey, how are we doing?
Doing good, man. Happy to have you on.
Yeah, happy to be here. What are we
Yeah.
talking about? I got a beer. I got to catch up.
You got a beer?
Like.
Cheers.
You started off well, yeah.
Salud.
Cheers.
Saludcitas. Welcome to
I'm
Houston.
happy to
Cheers.
see you here, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I didn't disappear forever.
Yeah, so what are you doing here now?
Barely any time.
Yeah, no, I'm helping run operations. Obviously, the story with TA is still ongoing, and hopefully we're still finding a way to breathe some life into that. And as we were kind of sunsetting the Dallas operations or the Edo operations, we'd been talking with Talyard for a good while. Obviously, this community is pretty tight-knit, and they were looking for somebody to come in and help with leadership, so they snagged me up. So I'm here helping out where I can, helping run operations for the most part, and
That's awesome.
everything else. Everything but the production house. So these guys are the ones I probably see the most in passing, but I have the lead.
Yeah.
Putting out fires, huh?
Yeah. Luckily, I don't have to get into the mash tun anymore or anything.
So if you don't mind, man, I just want to know, like, what was, like, it was sad to see True Anomaly to close and everything, and obviously there was a lot of circumstances around that you were out of y'all's control. What was that like? Just those last, the last month or two,
Yeah,
leading up to
sorrow,
it.
bro.
Yeah,
I mean, we knew for a good while that that Edo location was going to end up going away. Obviously, the construction, everything else out there was really burdening that spot for a good while. Us and Rodeo Goat were kind of the last strongholds out there. Everybody else had already moved out, so
Yep.
now it's just Rodeo Goat and
Right.
then FIFA Fan Fest now. So,
Right, yeah. Which is,
so once that dries up, it's going to unfortunately. What we experienced, I think, is going to continue to get experience in the area as they do the construction. And, it's like a 20-year project they have going on. So, my daughter will love it maybe if we're still around here in the area
Right.
a couple decades from now. But it was death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw numbers dwindling. We reached out. We did what we could, got programming in there. But the state of brewing at large as well, people looking at other options, money's tight. There's no silver bullet reason.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we need less people on Ozempic is what I found out.
Oh, wow.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I
1 out of
agree.
5 Americans on Ozempic is the last I
I'm
heard.
not surprised.
That's
I'm
it.
not a fan,
Curbs the
if I'm-
appetite, curbs the consumption, curbs your want for a nice alcoholic adult
I mean,
beverage.
I'm gonna be
Find a
blatantly
beer
honest.
with Ozempic in it because they're putting it in a pill form. When are we going to put in beer form?
Kind of gives people that face
Yeah.
of like face of meth, like a little bit.
Yeah,
Like it does.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm just
But we can
being
counteract
honest
that
here.
with some 10% seltzers.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think having come from Ingenious, and Adam was there too at the end of that. It was very bittersweet at the end, man. Like there was a lot of love that just gets
A lot
like
of
that.
love at Talyard. I mean, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
No,
the-
both end. And we saw love from these guys. Again, the community is always welcoming.
Yeah.
It's at large. We saw people come out in droves. Our last month was like the best month we'd seen in like 2 years.
Right,
So
yeah.
It's always that kind of stuff.
Did y'all have beer
know?
the last day?
Yeah, we had beer the last day, and then we ended up offloading the remainder contents to another brewery here in town who's yet to be named. We're still working some things out with them that they should take and at least be able to offer kind of the last droves of
That's cool.
of TA beers. So I'm sure they're going to do something fun with it. I'll
Still
be out
seeing you
there
on
to
tap in
high
places,
five.
Easton Park,
Yeah, I mean,
Hardware, and other
our
places.
distro partner, we were with Dynamo there for a good while, so they're still, pumping it out, the last remnant. So if you find a Ben's House or a Rocket Park on the shelf, pick it up at last. It won't.
Right.
It will not be coming back,
Right,
at least for
yeah.
the foreseeable future. So that being said, I do hope there's one day that it does find a new life. And like I said, we're working some things on the side to make that come to fruition. Whether my involvement is in that or not,
Right.
the True Anomaly brand, spirit, and everything we built will hopefully kind of continue. But that's not what we're
That's
here to
awesome.
talk
I
about.
didn't know
We're-
that.
No, I
That's
just
iron.
want everybody wants to kind of hear your side, and hear what you have to say about that.
Nothing
And
but love for the people, the community, everybody that came through at the end. Saw all my old friends.
Such a beloved
you
brewery.
know.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I get to keep seeing them here. People keep coming through, and
Yeah, I was so
reached
happy
out
to
a
see you. We
bunch,
saw you
said,
right
hey.
when we walked in. I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah, no, it's great, and that's one of the things I love working at a brewery as opposed to other places. You see somebody you haven't seen in a while, you're able to catch up over a beer and like nothing, and as opposed to like hallway talk.
Right.
In most corporate settings, you see people all the time, but you don't really share or really get into conversation.
What are you
Where-
drinking, by the way?
We're here. I got a Heartland. I got a nice, easy drinker. I've been walking. It's hot out there,
Have I had
guys.
one
It is hot.
Technically, I'm working, so
Yeah.
It's have you didn't try it?
I haven't tried. What is it?
It's American lager. It's our domestic equivalent. At the end of the day, it answers the mail when somebody comes in and asks for a domestic-like product,
Right.
right?
Corn lager.
Okay.
Yeah. So great, solid beer. You've been in this industry long enough. All of a sudden, you just drink lagers all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've been in a lager spiel for 5 years now. I feel like, or and that and saisons. This guy brewed a beautiful saison and a nice tripel not too long ago, so I was able to have both those here in house. And obviously, that's where my wheelhouse is. That's what I really love to see. But this a little bit more of a lager house and enjoying all the beers now. That's my newfound love.
Yeah. That's very cool.
I'm really
Yeah.
happy to see you here, man, and hopefully I catch you here the next time.
Yeah,
Like, it's
absolutely. Well, I'm here Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Right on.
Really cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, I just got the rice lager, the award-winning rice lager.
Silver lining. Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
And we
In
got these
my-
really cool soccer
yeah,
ball
my
glasses.
Soccer class.
Yeah, that just came away with an award as well. I'm sure maybe y'all already talked about it, but Fredericksburg
Yeah, we
it
did.
won. I think didn't it place at yeah, that's right. So perennial winner we've got on our hands here. That and the Edel Pills I saw as well. Both came home with some glory. So
Now you joined a winning team for sure, man.
yeah. Well, they didn't start winning until I showed up. So. No, I'm joking. These guys knew what the hell they were doing
No,
well before I
hey,
ever showed up.
you are a winner. I'm glad to see you here, man.
Thanks,
really.
Ed. Thanks. So what are we talking about? What's been going on in the
So
show
this is
so
Beer
far?
Someone podcast. We go to local breweries and we talk to the salespeople, the owners, anybody who's had an impact on the industry, brewers, whatever. But yeah, we've done almost 30 of these.
We're almost at 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Show,
And
is it show 30? 29.
This
29.
is 29.
29.
You tease.
we got 30 booked. So
Yeah.
30 is
But yeah.
going to be with Final Gravity, who's hitting their year 1 year opening. We did one with them the week that they opened.
All right.
So with Ted over there, you know Ted, right? Nobody could hear you.
We know Ted. Yeah. Somebody around the table knows Ted. We're Good.
Yeah, no, and we just talk a lot about the community. We talk about brewing processes. We kind of talk about everything. We'll chase a few rabbits here and there. But yeah, it's just
So
kinda,
rumor mills, what do we got? What's good going on? Southern
rumor
Star
mill.
closed.
Oh,
we haven't gotten into that yet.
Jeez.
Cry, single tear.
Southern
here.
Star closed. Yes,
Yeah,
we were
Fire
definitely going to
Anthill,
talk about that.
They end up. I'm sorry, not to just like me.
no, but hey,
Came in as the Debbie Downer.
They're actually still
huh?
open till tomorrow. I think tomorrow's their last day.
Fire Ant.
No, Southern Star.
Southern Star. Okay, yeah.
So you can go have a beer today and tomorrow at Southern Star.
Please
Fire
do.
Ant's already closed, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah, probably
closed.
the end of May.
Yeah. So, I don't know if y'all ever went to Sylvia's or had food from there. They owned a restaurant that was right next to the brewery.
Oh no, I wasn't familiar.
They had pizza and they made these Italian sandwiches.
Really good
probably,
pizza.
probably the best Italian sandwich I've had in the Houston area.
It's
Greater Houston area.
Tejas Chocolate Barbecue is taking over that space, and they're
That's great for them because Tejas is amazing. But that sandwich and their pizza there was like next level, and I think that you just don't see stuff like that around our area of this where we live. You just don't see stuff like that quality from the sandwich to the pizza. It was next level. I enjoyed it. My buddy Dennis, who owns GastroCrap, you know Dennis, and
Nobody can
Dennis
hear
though. But yeah, he met me one day and we were blown away, man. It was a really good product, but they just didn't have the customer support to keep it going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bummer.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's all the small bit. Chili's will be here forever.
yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
all-
I want my
all the
baby
good
back,
stuff
baby
might
back,
be
baby back.
over, too.
There's no more Bennigans.
yeah.
Some.
There's no more Bennikins.
I haven't seen a Bennigan's.
No, the Bennigan's
in-
went
in
down a
like
while ago.
15
It's not a North.
years.
That's like a North America.
No, I think they all just shut
They're
down.
gone?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Monte Cristo couldn't keep him alive, man.
No.
The thing was
That's
heart attack.
always
That was
what
what
I
everybody got, right?
That's what I.
It was really the only.
But it's when I was like in high school.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh no, I worked there for a minute while I was in high school. So did my
kidding.
sister.
Wow.
Bartended there.
While we got you on, I want to ask you a question because I'm going to ask these two later at
Yeah,
the end
please.
of this. But we always ask, and I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but we always ask who we talk to, top 5 breweries in Houston.
All right.
Can you give them to me? Your top 5, your personal top 5.
Top 5.
It doesn't have to be in order.
Excluding the one I work at? Or,
Excluding the one you work at.
All right. We got to be fair, right?
the only
We don't
rule,
have,
I
All
think.
these biases running around. And they're not going to be able to keep score. God, I got to say St. A's. I know it's ubiquitous, but at the end of the day, 30-plus years, taught a lot of us about what's going on here in the Houston market, fought for beer rights forever. Brock's a great guy as well. So you got to put him on the list. I'm a fan of Frost.
Oh, I
like
love Frost. I was there on Tuesday.
they're obviously during baseball season is kind of their high season, but the rest of the year go hang out with them. Go check them out. They got
They have a
beautiful
couch
space.
in their tap room.
yeah.
I think more than
Which-
one.
That's significant.
That's Jacob's favorite spot. Don't sit there if he's coming.
Like and so many places are guilty of it, us included. Sometimes like
There's no
metal
couch
stools
here?
get old. We have a couple easy chairs.
I'll
Not a couch.
give a shout
couch.
out to my buddy Val Valinsons,
Oh,
the
yeah.
consummate perfectionist. I'll tell you, he was like that brewery was like a few years ago number 6 on like U.S. beer, right?
Wow.
Like they like top 10 finalists, right? They came home with so much.
I can
metal,
see why.
Right? And even this year, I'm a good friend of mine, but I'm talking to him about award season, what's going on, and he's like, I'm taking a break, until I'm taking all the feedback we've gotten, and I know we've won awards and we've placed at, GABF. I'm still hunting for that World Beer Cup, and I know we can get there with our product, but we're really going to buckle down this year
Yeah.
and just work on our recipes and get to that next level.
Yeah.
Even though he's like, done well, right?
You
like
got a
top 10 in the
couple
nation.
awards. He's like-
yeah. But
He doesn't
they,
rest on his laurels.
But yeah, no, but I appreciate him, his process. It's a small run organization as well. Tim, his son, very family oriented op. But great stuff coming out of that.
That's
shop.
3, right?
More
Yeah.
often than not. Yeah,
We're
that's
at 3.
that's a few there. Yeah. Who else do I love? Let's see. Where am I going? I hate to say it, but I go where my friends are more than I hunt down the greatest stuff. And that's not to dig on anybody. I
Right? No,
name after this.
there's no rules here.
There's
Yeah.
no rules.
Yeah, I give Great Heights love those guys.
Oh, love Great Heights.
They're getting beat up between, Eureka on one side of them and then Walking Stick on the other one, where
Yeah.
they don't quite have the amenities of one. They certainly don't have the crowd of the other, but they're
Yeah.
still thriving. They're doing their own thing in that lovely community, though, right? That really
We have very similar list.
Yeah, okay,
Oh, yeah.
all right. And then
he's helping me form mine. I was like, I had
Giving
some
you time
spots
to
open.
think,
I was
yeah.
trying to remember. it.
Yeah.
yeah, and then
Last one.
yeah, I'd probably give it to Project Halo.
Project Halo.
Word.
Every time I have their beer, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Again, small op, don't get out as much. I see them at every festival though.
Yeah.
These guys, those two are at every happening that can possibly happen. They're pushing their product. They're very proud of what they've had. They've come away with a little hardware here and there, and for a very small op, they remind me a little like Hound Song. You didn't ask
Yeah.
Houston, but a little further out.
We count them.
But I love their beer. Well, I'll put them as honorable mention
Okay.
for being outside of Houston. But
Nice.
we
I
still
would
count
too.
them a little bit.
We do.
Columbus.
We claim them.
But no, love those guys. And again, great couple, really passion for the craft. And I love that there's a, female head brewer. And,
Yeah.
she's running everything and kicking out quality products.
This is awesome.
Very quality,
Really
yeah. I agree.
So, probably for various different reasons, there's 5 for you.
Yeah.
I can throw out some honorable mentions as well. But I think those are the ones I end up gravitating to when I see them. I don't see Project Halo stuff as much in the market, but when I do, I order it. Same thing as I do with Hound Song, obviously.
Same, yeah.
Whereas St. Arnold's I see all the time, but honestly, if I see one of these other ones, I'm, more apt to, pull the trigger on one of those
Right.
to help support them.
Right,
No
absolutely.
shade to St. A's.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Because I'll 6-pack of Art Car you can find it at gas stations in Kingwood. So
Yeah.
I definitely can pick up a 6-pack of that at just about any time, and I do quite often.
yeah.
But same way, if I'm out at a bar, restaurant, or something like that, and I see something unique, then yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Generally speaking, especially if it's from one of the 5 you mentioned, or
Yeah,
one of the
5
4
great
other
breweries.
4. Yeah.
Other 4. All
Yeah.
right. Well, now I got to hear some response from Jacob over here. What do we got?
We were going to do it at the end of the podcast.
All right, we just got my sneak peek. All right,
You got
all
your
right,
sneak
all right.
peek,
Well,
but
now I gave you all the
See, I
fodder
said
to
no rules, but
fuel the
Brandon's
conversation.
got rules.
I got a little bit of a rule. I got to keep it orderly.
All right.
Only for his own brain.
But I really appreciate you coming on and
Yeah,
talking
man,
with
cheers.
us, boss.
Cheers,
Thank you
cheers,
so much.
guys. I'll
Cheers,
let
man.
y'all keep on going. I just wanted to pop a squat real quick.
Thank you for doing that.
Not
Yeah,
skinny.
yeah, we
Yeah,
appreciate you coming on,
Love
man.
hearing
Cheers,
from you.
dude.
I know a lot of people will love hearing from you.
USA was up 1-0 when I walked in.
Hey,
I'll go get an update for you.
That's good to hear.
America. Fuck yeah.
Way to tone it down.
You can say shit or fuck on here.
You didn't tell me that.
Oh yeah, you can shit fuck all day
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
Shit.
There's no rules.
That's my
favorite.
favorite kind of shitting and my favorite kind of fucking, actually.
Loudly and proudly. Yeah.
That was really cool that we got him on here and he got to
Yeah.
talk about it. We got to hear about everything that happened over there and then hear his top 5. That was neat.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
he's
great.
he fit right in immediately.
Yeah.
Every brewery talks about culture and like the culture of who you work with and everything like that. Just it's kind of more important to our industry than I think most others.
100%.
But it was natural. Came
Yeah.
right in.
Fit in
immediately.
perfectly, supported what we wanted out of the culture. Kind of having that background in the beer, was able to take on a lot of responsibility in getting that front of house really running and smoothly, and bringing on some new floor managers and training, helping with the training and stuff like that, and just really bolstering the community that we'd been trying to get going.
That's
and
excellent.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, that is great.
When I talk about Talyard, I always think of y'all as like a super brewery. They used to have like super bands that used to like pick up all the great
Oh,
musicians.
super groups?
Super
Oh,
groups.
Audio
And-
Slave and
Yeah.
Velvet Revolver.
I think a Talyard is like when Talyard opened, y'all just took all the great people from everybody. It's like, Adam, I know you're at Megaton, but you want to come
He's
to Talyard?
actually kind of right. Yeah.
Yeah,
True. That's true.
got a lot of good people
Just
over
cherry
here.
picked, Got you.
You
I'm
took George
definitely
from
happy
Urban
with the
South.
team we
He's
have.
been walking
There's
around.
the reason we have those nights in Austin where we're just, I love being on this team so much.
You guys are so great. They're great.
And then y'all made
Yeah,
Ty
and
sleep
an
on the
Airbnb.
couch. That was
He chose to. That was the most soulless Airbnb I've ever seen, though.
the tallest guy in the
It was-
group had to take the couch.
It was a bizarre just structure that was like barely met the requirements for humans inhabiting it. And that's
No
where he
artwork.
stayed at Austin.
Just bare walls with a bunch of scuffs. Like they'd had a big
Yeah.
old Party X in there at some point.
Wow. Like, nobody's going to steal my shit.
Yeah. It was.
You don't have a beer.
I finished it. No, I didn't.
He had a beer.
I
had
had
a
to
beer.
shout at Jorge to get me something.
We need the bat phone.
George. Can you
Hey, George.
You want to say hi?
Speaking
This
of,
is gonna be the most featured podcast we've had with people ever.
yeah.
Guys,
Get close to the mic.
what's up? How y'all doing, guys?
Doing good, man.
Good.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about beer.
I like
That's all
beer.
we really talk about.
Also, Talyard is a super team of
Yeah, you got-
industry veterans.
He was the Urban South salesman forever. He was killing it over there.
Nobody has a more decorative tent at a beer event than this guy.
This guy right here.
brings
He's
all that
he's like
energy
a
to
Martha
us now.
Stewart of the brewing industry.
You saw all the cool Christmas decorations and the flamingos and the skates
Yes.
hanging from the ceiling at Urban South. That was this guy right
You
here.
did the skates too.
Oh, they were there. I decorated the skates. Put beads over. For Mardi
He's
Gras.
shown me
You know what? These
pictures of
skates are
his
starting enough.
Christmas lights set up at his house. He's like proud
Oh
of
my
it.
gosh.
He's like, "Hey, look at
This
look
Christmas,
at this that I got.
make a trip in front of this guy's house. And there's an amazing light show.
I got more lights for this year, so
And then the mic.
I got more lights this year, so
Come
come
out.
out, check it out.
Come
Yeah, it
out.
gets bigger
yeah.
every
Give her
year.
address.
Party at George's house.
Dox
be
yourself,
determined.
please.
Just follow the shiny lights, and you'll
There.
see my house.
I'll get
almost
I'll
out
get
of
a
beer,
tank pour
too.
if it makes you
think
happy.
Give me one. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you my waiter, but
You
You
are
want a
though.
tank pour?
Don't worry, George. He does it to me too.
You got the pigtail on.
I'll take a tank pour. Tank pour.
He
Well,
knows
jump
what
on
a
his
tank
mic
pours.
real quick while he's doing that.
Brandon is kind of like run and get this for me, please.
Beer, please.
I am
Beer,
masterminding.
me.
Let me be.
I am a speaker. I want some beer. Would you beer
I'm a
me?
Lannister, man.
Oh, we're going that way now.
Yeah.
Well, hey, while we have you on here, we mentioned that we're out in the market. What are some of our biggest accounts that you think people should go check out and get a chance to try
Great
our
question.
Ooh, good question.
Thank you for joining the
Biggest
podcast,
account, we
Adam.
got Southern Yankee. Is
Woo!
our top account.
Shout out.
Love Southern
Katy
Yankee.
Beer Garden also is a good account for us. We
Katy
also
Beer
got
Garden.
Heights Beer Garden, Bayou
Beer Garden.
Heights.
Best, one of my best accounts.
Yeah, those are the good ones.
Dude, Southern
Oh,
Yankee
geez.
just
Moon Tower?
goes through some
yeah, Moon
fucking
Tower.
beer.
Moon Tower.
Dude, they're going
So I
through
forgot
our,
Moon Tower.
if I'm
That's
not
a fun
mistaken, they're
place.
going through our
Get the
our
high
tower.
jive.
You on
Yeah,
tap
Jefferson Tower.
Jupiter's Pizza over here ever?
Yeah, we've been on there. It's just right now with the whole FIFA fan zone over there in the town center is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, the one entity that's
Texas
Taking
Beer
everything.
Garden?
Yeah, Macro Beer has come in with a big heavy hand.
not lately.
Not lately. I'm just trying to think of some places.
Yeah.
Little ultra.
Ultra tickle.
Here, okay, from a rep's perspective, and I actually did want to talk about this. Something I've noticed: a lot of my accounts expected really good numbers during the World Cup, and not as many visitors at a lot of these craft beer bars. I've noticed.
Well, I've noticed like downtown is kind of not doing as well as like maybe some of the outer parts. I know Heights Beer Garden. They've been
Heights
jamming.
Beer Garden's been doing well.
Yeah, he's-
But Pitch 25's been doing well.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Pitch 25 is they're
spot.
a
They're in the
soccer.
Mecca.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there.
And they're right there by the fanfare and all that.
Yeah.
That kind of makes
Oh,
sense.
wow.
I feel like that tracks a
You're
bit. Like,
jealous.
you,
Look at this thing.
You don't want to
That's
travel
murky.
that far on the weekend.
It's-
to
it is- I don't think
catch
it
a
is
game.
murky,
So,
but-
like,
It's not
your
a murky,
neighborhood
but
it
is
is-
probably going to steal more.
as a descriptor.
It looks pretty good though.
Well, talking about like if downtown Edo, it's all the streets are blocked. There's like they say there's 90,000 parking spots, but
Yeah, deliver
not
at Pitch
enough.
25 like 8 a.m. right now.
yeah, I'm still kind of asleep at that time. I'm like complicated about waking up. I think I hit my snooze button like 4 times by that time.
Do they need beer that bad?
Or do I need sleep?
Beer or sleep? Why
But
not
you
both?
said Silver Eagle bought up some taps. They 100% did.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
They-
they did.
Like-
I've been to some accounts like in Midtown. They're like, oh, we have a contract with Silver Eagle. But then I see like 40 boxes of Michelob Ultra umbrellas just sitting
Yeah.
there.
Umbrellas, bar mats.
Modelo.
You showed me a picture of a place that hadn't even opened yet,
Oh, yeah,
and
there's a
they
place
had
off
a
of
whole bunch of
Washington.
Michelob World Cup signage just plastered around their door.
Yeah, there's a place
They
off
took
of
in-
Washington and Dunn or Shepherd area. Mm-hmm. It's called C. Yolanda. It's a Mexican restaurant, but yeah, they had posters everywhere, not even open.
So I remember talking 2 months ago with investors in Megaton and telling them like, oh yeah, World Cup, we're gonna kill it. We're gonna be on tap everywhere, but we're not. And it's definitely hurting craft beer when these big distribution companies come and put their domestic beers on tap.
I know they're all waking up at 8 a.m. Shit.
Probably at 6.
Hey, if I'm on tap, I'll wake up at 8 a.m. I'm just
No, that's
saying.
true.
Well, taps that we thought we would have had, we don't have, and that's So, like I said, go support your breweries because we definitely need the
Get
patrons
into
right
those
now.
tap rooms because getting into other tap rooms, especially during the World Cup and going against macro breweries and distributors that can go and do favors for that.
They're
bar,
literally
like,
paying for the tap handles.
They pay for the tap handles, or if they don't outright buy the tap handle, they'll pay to have new menus printed, or they'll load them up with beer coasters and stuff like that.
Not just
Anything
beer
that can-
coasters. Like I seen umbrellas, I seen
yeah.
glassware, I seen buckets, I seen. You don't even
many
know what
things
else
that
they
We can't afford that.
Yeah,
We're
we
all-
can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Breweries
It's
can't
all
afford that.
soccer themed and everything. It's like, I understand why a establishment would want to undertake all that kind of stuff and get those freebies. I understand it, but
I
on
get
our
it.
end, we're just kind of like, man, we really would love to kind of see Houston be more of a
Houston, represent Houston.
Let's showcase our local spots.
Right,
A lot of
especially
the-
when you have
a lot
a
of the-
bunch of international people coming in. Like now is the time to really like put
Focus on
our
your
mark on
city.
their experience.
It's
here,
unfortunate.
Yeah,
know
absolutely.
what we're about.
You
And
got
lot
a
of the
nice
bar
crowd,
owners
by the
expect
way.
The same kind of treatment from the smaller guys. Like the big guys have a lot of money to supply all that. That's just bit of their cash flow. But
Right.
all these things, material goods, cost a lot. Especially with the big companies, they buy in bulk. Something that smaller breweries can't afford because if you buy that amount, you're gonna have that stuff for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I will say today we went and took some pictures and got some pizza and got some more beers. And you do have a nice little crowd up
Packed.
there right now. Packed.
Yes.
Watching America. Fuck yeah.
USA versus Australia is happening right now.
Yes.
We
Friday.
gonna win.
We're 1-up.
It's 1-0 right now.
That's what we
Yeah.
heard. That's
I
the
don't
last
really
update we got.
pay attention to soccer, but I love that we're
As he
winning.
drinks out of his soccer ball
As
glass.
I drink it. It's a cool cup though.
Very cool.
It has a handle.
Yeah, no, it always fills me with like a really great feeling to go out there and just see a lot of
That's
people
good.
out here enjoying
That's really
the
good.
space.
What is
It's-
this?
It's awesome.
Lots of children on the playground.
Oh, okay.
Illuminating
The
waves are
freshest version you can
amazing.
get of it.
Really
so
good.
fresh, so clean.
There were a lot of kids on the playground, and there's a snow cone stand right next to the playground.
That's
To
awesome.
get them all jacked up.
And we like kids at our breweries. Sounded weird.
We do like kids
Yeah.
at the brewery. We brought this up in the past on other podcasts about kids at breweries, and I feel like
there was a question. Where's my phone?
you have a question. In
I have
the
a question.
phone.
We posted something on Facebook asking.
Oh yeah, somebody was asking about. Well, I remember they.
Thank you, George, for coming on.
Thank you, George.
We appreciate you, man. You're still here.
They
He's just off mic.
they came at us a little bit like they like they don't enjoy kids at breweries as much.
You're talking about in the past.
And
when
then
we've done
somebody said,
podcasts?
the kids running between the tables and not staying on the playground and things like that. And I'm like, it does. We've talked about this before. It comes down to the parents making
Yeah.
sure that their kids stay where they're
So
supposed
Donald
to.
Edwards.
And, okay.
He said, would love to hear their thoughts on kids at the breweries that cater to a crowd that brings their whole family to drink with them, and getting real with them is getting real old. I don't want to sit at a pub with a bunch of kids running around. I guarantee the kids don't want to be at the brewery.
So first off, we're not a pub. We are a brewery. And from the get-go, like I mentioned, the story of our origin, we've always wanted to be a family-centric place.
That's why you got the awesome playground.
That's why we have the awesome playground. Early days, we did have a play place up in the front and at the playground, so there were a lot more kids just running back and forth. We changed that, got that stuff all over on that one side now. The number of kids that are running around is far more diminished. But I would say that if you want to go to a pub and you want to enjoy Talyard Brewing, we have 50 plus taps across the city at bars, dives, pubs, you
places
name it.
George was naming, yeah.
Places the person who commented on your question would be able to enjoy our beer in a much more quiet, subdued.
And you can come and take to-go beer as
You
well.
can come and take to-go beer that's
Go home
super
and watch the
fresh.
soccer game.
We also have our upstairs area, which is typically pretty child-free. Our upstairs bar in the tap room space, so you can always come in. There's a big 85-inch TV up there as well. So if you
So
want
it's
to
not-
watch the game,
kids
multiple
are-
balconies, multiple patio spaces. There's
Kids-
always some other place you could go away from the playground.
yeah.
Breweries are not it's not a bar. It's not a place you go to get drunk. It's a place you can bring a family and socialize and have a birthday party or watch the game or do whatever
Yeah.
you need to do. If the kids want to run around, I'm not going to a brewery. I have 3 daughters. I'm not going to the brewery with my daughters and be like, I'm going to get shit-faced. I'm going to have a beer, maybe 2 at the max.
But
And I'm gonna relax.
I think a big part also is just like knowing the community you're in. if we had opened in Edo or if we had opened in downtown, we wouldn't have a 3-4 acre facility with a playground because like the customer base around us wouldn't be the one that wants to support a brewery with a playground. But we're out in Sugar Land with, suburbs everywhere, lots of families. So we're going to cater to that.
Yeah.
There's far more breweries you could go to that don't cater to children.
This place was
than
built
there
for
are
families.
Breweries
Exactly.
that do.
Yeah. But the kids are allowed up in those balcony areas, right?
Yeah, they just like the trend is they kind
just
of don't go there.
Yeah, right. And so I've noticed that Galveston Island that they have an upstairs area where it is adults only. And I think that's totally fine.
That is
And-
fine.
Yeah.
And having
that's
like a
the
time
front
limit
space
as
Adam
well.
mentioned.
Okay.
Kind of up here.
Right as you walk in by the gate to your left, there's a bunch of tables and a nice little fake grass lawn over there that is a 21 and up space only.
Okay.
So you can go over there if you really do not want to have any kids near you while you're enjoying a beer and having some food.
Yeah.
We have a space that caters to that.
Yeah.
Well, that got 3 likes, what that gentleman said, but Michael McMahon also said the free range kids at Talyard always seems to be running around the play structure in between tables of adults. Yeah.
And that comes down to the parents.
Exactly. So we as a company have done everything we can to curtail and shepherd the kids that come in to certain areas and keep them from just being completely wild. But individually, it comes down to how that parent is going to approach their time at Talyard. And if they're going to just kind of sit back and enjoy themselves and not be a parent in that moment, there's not much that we as a company can do to change their attitude.
Yeah.
And as we've all talked about, times are hard right now, and we're not about to start turning away paying
Exactly.
customers.
I've been saying that for a long time now.
Ridiculous.
That
So-
like if you cancel out kids coming to breweries, you're going to see more breweries close. Period.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
think you're probably also just as likely to run into obnoxious adults in some places.
Oh, fair.
But just you have a different bias towards
Yeah.
it.
I'd much rather kids running around than some drunk just like being an asshole. at a
Yeah,
bar.
sure.
Because
Right.
everybody has those stories. I've run into plenty of those people that are just had too many and they're still hanging around and they're being really loud and bumping into you maybe and this and that.
Yeah.
But people seem to kind of just accept that as part of going out to a bar. But if you go to this place and a kid runs past your table too quick, you freak out a little bit. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that to touch on the point that he made about kids not even wanting to be at the brewery, I'll tell you right now, that's depends on the kid, obviously. But like my 8-year-old Knox, he fucking loves going to Decca. He loves going to Backpew. He loves going to breweries. He actually enjoys it. My oldest, on the other hand, nah, he could do without. He's 14. He's like, no, can I just stay home? Like
Give him 7 more years.
yeah, he's always been that way though. He's definitely like Knox is more the social. He can just make friends with anybody on the playground. He doesn't have to know them. He'll just go up and talk to them. Jax has always been the introvert. He didn't really like engage with other kids quite as much as Knox does, and so it's just not his scene. But like that, it's just different strokes for different folks at that point. Like my like I said, like my 8-year-old loves going. He would love this place.
There's so much
I
to
love
do
it.
for kids here, which is great. Something to distract the kids while you have a beer.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and you got the game on the big screen. It's covered. There. I was pretty sure there were fans. Were
You
there
do
fans?
movies? You do kids movies?
Y'all
too?
fans in there?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the movie nights
Family
things
movies?
are pretty family friendly.
Yeah,
we're
he's-
Nothing
we're
goes
not
over
putting on
PG-13.
R-rated stuff.
Yeah, nothing-
Sandlot, Goonies, and like
You
you
said
know,
Goonies
like
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a couple of the big swamp coolers they'll turn on sometimes. In that covered area, they got big ass fans in the top.
I'm about to
You know,
get
they
a
try to
snow
keep the
cone.
air moving
I'm
around.
about to
Yeah.
go get tiger blood. I'm not going to lie.
So the
About to be
person
the
that
snow
runs
cone
that snow
someone
cone
podcast.
operation is actually also someone that works in our kitchen.
I was told
So
that,
it's
yeah.
within- Abraham, yeah, he's a really cool guy.
Nice.
It's one of the dishes.
Yeah.
I do have another comment on that.
Yeah.
This is from Simon Bones, who is he's the owner and brewer over at Texagon. I know we were talking about this.
Oh, you don't say.
Oh yeah.
Love that guy.
And I want to announce that we have a podcast booked with him. So we're going to be doing one at Texagon, which is Houston's smallest brewery. Go check it out. It's by appointment only, but it's
After we
amazing.
jump out of a
So
plane,
the first brewery in Montrose proper.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
An amazing
So Simon
strawberry.
says, I'd love to hear about them bringing the. Can you help me with this word? I'm fucking it up.
Wittelsbacher.
Wittelsbacher.
To Houston market, despite
Wittelsbacher.
common belief that wheat beers aren't something most Houstonians typically want. Damn good beer. And I think he's talking about Talyard when he says damn good beer.
Yeah, Simon's a friend. We see him here every once in a while. Him
Hung
and
out with him in
Rebecca.
Philadelphia for the CBC.
Yeah, we ran into him there too. But I wish Byron here was to speak to Wittelsbacher. He's in Colorado though. But I think there's always a crowd for wheat beers. You know, like it's a very accessible style, but it's also like unique and different enough that, you know, you're not just going out and getting another lager or something like that if you're like still new to craft beer. So it's something easy to appreciate and try that's like different and interesting. So I think there's always a way to make them work. And, you know, St. Arnold's, you know, just a couple months ago put out their new Hefeweizen, which is a little more of a modern take. Ours is more traditional. But I think that just kind of proves that even they are looking at wheat beers in this market still being viable.
When you say in the market, is that out in the field? Can I get that at the bar?
Yep, Wittelsbacher is definitely a label-approved beer that
I
is
should have
at our
asked George
bars.
before he left,
He
like what
just
beers
walked
were
away,
in
yeah,
the market. What beers are label approved that's in the market?
Our Helles, our Illuminating Waves, our Koani Iki Fruited Sour, Wittelsbacher, A-Frame,
There's probably a couple.
Heartland,
Heartland, yeah.
our American Lager. I think maybe like 2 or 3 more that I'm just Edel.
A lot of
Not-
beer.
We're not the best guys
a
to
good
ask
number.
for, so.
Yeah, like we said before, we're very privileged to be just very focused on the brewing and the process and the
Right.
handling of the beer. Once it's in kegs and in cans, we hand it off to our great partners like George and Byron to handle.
Yeah. So is there a story behind the name Wittelsbacher? Wittelsbacher?
Yes, there is. It comes from the original head brewer here. Wittelsbacher is a surname from Germany in the time where wheat beers were being introduced into the market. And I want to say that family had a specific say in how that beer was made
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
prior to the
it's-
Reinheitsgebot.
Yeah, I'd be hard pressed for the details right now. It's one of those things that I learned and then, I haven't been asked in like a year.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was asking you earlier about your small batch fermenters over here that they all have names on them, and you were saying that it was Byron that went to Germany.
No.
No.
Who? Somebody.
So, the original head brewer here, Sean Maloney, he worked with the owners for a couple years prior to this building being built. He was running the pilot system out of a kind of business park with them while they were, getting all this put in place. And me and him started brewing here on site together. Adam came in a few months later, pretty early on, but he left a little while ago. He's up in Bernie right now. But he named all those tanks. He came up with most of the names for the beers early on, and he's
The tanks have individual names?
well, those little pilot ones right there, the
Okay.
little 1-barrel ones.
Gertie, Ray Joe,
Nia and Sabine.
Nia, and Sabine. They're right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's a bit of a Germanophile. I think that's why also we started pretty lager heavy, but built a good foundation for us to keep.
I'm
growing.
noticing now that you got some, I don't know, how would you
The
say that?
horizontals?
Horizontal tanks?
Yeah.
Like
The lagering
we
tanks?
noticed at Live Oak.
Live Oak, that's all they use.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got. I've seen pictures. They've got just like a hallway of
A fucking
The
giant
Big
warehouse
Kid.
full of
Right,
them. Yeah.
one on top of the other, side by side, left,
Yeah.
right, just down.
It's pretty impressive.
He blew me a kiss back.
Everybody say goodbye to Ty.
Bye, Ty.
Bye, Ty.
Go pick up your baby.
We should put some Rainchild like in the background, like in the intro or something. You should play some music or something. Woman. I like it. Slapping the bass.
Yeah, we have a few names that are like German or we actually our Italian Pilsner has an Italian name, obviously, but
What is it?
Farniente.
Okay.
Which the full phrase, and this came from one of our owners, Keith. He saw it on a sign at a winery. The phrase "dolce far niente" means the sweetness of doing nothing. which I love the concept. We've a couple times when we've canned that, we've printed Dolce on the bottom.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, but we don't have a lot of Italian Americans in Sugarland that walk in and look and go, oh, yeah. So some of these names and phrases that kind of mean something to us as brewers doesn't always translate to the market. So that's kind of like Adam was talking about why Hallertau is going to be changing to Backyard Lager. And, we have some other branding stuff we're getting squared away.
Wilsbacher is definitely one of the beers that's on the chopping block.
It's a mouthful for the uninitiated, I guess.
Farniente is also a Chardonnay out of France. It's a fancy one. It's a really high dollar one.
Oh.
Yeah. A little bit of my wine knowledge came in. When you said that, I was like, oh, yeah, I've had some Farniente.
South of France, close to Italy, maybe?
Let's look it up. Because
you said Italian. Wine Someone podcast now?
I think that's Brandon.
We talked about this, Brandon. I'm just kidding.
I'm joking. I'm down. Let's do it.
No,
Episode 1.
I was just like, we should get into some wine a little bit.
I like wine.
Farniente Chardonnay.
Me and my wife have wine.
All right.
Probably
it's not super high dollar, but it's not cheap.
Is it at Whole Foods?
Yeah, you can find it. Yeah, like
I'll have to give it a try.
Total Wine and stuff like that.
Okay, so I don't want to keep any silence.
No, I'm sorry. It's Napa. Yeah, it's Napa.
Napa?
Yeah. That shows how much I know.
I wonder actually if it's the same place Keith was talking about.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's really tasty
There's a
though, and I'm not a
chance.
Chardonnay guy. I'll say that much. That I can attest to. That I didn't really care for.
What are
He's
you?
a beer guy.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Are
You
a
don't drink
pizza
wine
guy?
at all?
Not really.
Yeah.
You pizza guy?
You drink wine, Adam?
If I drink
love
wine, it's
pizza
going to be a
too.
The
Sauvignon
pizza?
Blanc.
Y'all make some good pizza.
Same.
Oh, thanks.
It's my go-to for
the
white.
funkier, the better.
Casey, I was saying I was talking to you off the air before. The last 3 podcasts that we've done, we've gotten to try pizza.
Yeah.
So we had pizza at Frank and Bolt's, we had pizza at Gritsworks, and we just had pizza at Talyard.
Pizza's excellent. Yeah.
Really great.
Really good.
Thank you.
And y'all have a
Yeah.
whole kitchen back there. It's not just pizza.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was just pizza. I walked in here,
burgers,
I was just thinking it was
chicken
pizza.
burgers, loaded tots, an adobo bowl that you can put different proteins from salmon to fried chicken.
Kids chicken
tacos.
tendies.
Tacos,
Where's my kids' chicken tendies?
kids chicken fingers.
There's
kids pizzas.
adult chicken tenders too, which is
Yeah.
just
You got
fire.
gravy?
A larger amount.
More chicken.
awesome.
The chicken tendies are solid. That's one of my go-to.
That's your regular
shift
for the chicken
meals.
tendies?
I was giving Brandon a hard time a while ago because Jacob's like, I ordered 3 pizzas, and he's like, did you order a pepperoni? He's like,
I'm pretty basic with my pizza.
I was like, you got some chicken tendies for this guy?
Yes, actually.
And they're like, they're really good, by the way. Like, they're
Yeah, he
excellent.
started
I'm like,
bragging about it. He's
Sure
like,
they
now I
are.
want to try them.
I know, right?
Might have to get some.
But I mean, we also we're talking food, and I'm going to brag on our staff a little bit.
Do it.
And plug our mug club. Once a quarter, we do a beer dinner for our mug club members.
Hell yeah.
And it is a multi-course beer and food pairing dinner. The last one a couple weeks ago, 7 courses, starting with an amuse-bouche,
Damn.
finishing with a dessert, a brownie. And our executive chef, David, he comes and talks to us a couple times about the beer we can have available around that time and what it'll be like. And then he just makes a menu for it. Show up on a Tuesday and have 7 courses of really delicious food that's not on menu any other time.
Nope.
Can I crash
it's-
one?
Yeah, I mean, you're an insider, man.
Ooh, okay.
We can make it happen.
Also,
Ask Simon about crashing our beer dinners.
he has experience in that.
Yeah.
Also, just since we're plugging it, we have it at a prorated price tag. Now, if you want to get in on the last 2 dinners we'll have of the year, the price for a mug club membership is reduced.
What is it?
$250
saw that,
for the
yeah.
remainder of the year. Yeah, so that's 2 more beer dinners, and then every time you come in, your first pour in your mug is free.
You get an awesome mug too. We don't have any of those mugs sitting right here, do we?
And they used to have
Oh, yeah.
I got
Okay.
you.
Are they the ceramic ones?
Yeah.
ceramic ones
Okay.
that you've seen people walking around
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, those are cool.
Adam uses his for coffee, so he's
So
running
at the
about
beginning
it.
of
Yeah.
the year, what it cost? How much does it cost at the beginning of the year? 400.
400. So and that
What
gives
do you get with
perks. You get a free pour every week. Like you kind of get a beer token, they'll throw it in your mug.
Yeah, I got you, Adam. Put it in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is this year's mug, nice blue, cool.
So you get a
handle.
different mug every year.
This was the first year's mug,
Okay.
similar style with that ceramic. But yeah, and then after the year, around January when the new mugs come in, if you renew, you come in for a party. You get to take home your mug from last year while you pick up and sign your new mug for the next year.
Right on. That is
very
very
cool.
cool. How many mugs do y'all have?
We are not the guys for that.
So it's quite a bit, I
yeah,
imagine.
I think we order maybe.
We make the
300.
beer.
Yeah. We're trying, but we are not the sales and marketing
So for
team.
this beer dinner, do y'all know like what the pours
Y'all
are
are
like?
very informative.
You get like 5 ounces or
Yeah, it's shorter pours because when you're going through 7 courses, we're not going to ask you to down
to a
7
pint.
pints. With
Yeah,
it,
right. Yeah,
And also at the pace of service, even like
Right.
you'd have to knock them back really quick. So
right.
they are shorter pours, probably 6 ounces.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
And then throughout the dinner, myself, Jacob, Byron, and Ty will get up and introduce each of the beers, and then David will talk about the particular pairing of food and what went into that and the kind of ingredients that make it what it is. And so you get
That's
to really
really
get to
cool.
understand what you're having and what makes it so special and why
So
it's
you get
paired.
edumacated.
You get educated, and you get to understand why we paired it the way it is. And
That's nice.
Nice.
that's excellent. That's really cool. And then, do
cool-
you guys get to come out and talk about the beer?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what he
we're-
said,
we're
yeah.
there
Oh,
every-
Sorry, I heard food part. I just glued in on the
we're Mug
food.
Club members for a
The
reason.
wide
Yeah.
male models.
And speedos.
Yeah, you get to watch me stand up there and stumble over my words every now and then.
Yeah, I like that. I'd come out for that. That sounds amazing. 7
It's-
courses is a lot.
It's really fantastic. Yeah.
Usually it's like 4 or 5.
I
That's
think
7's.
that's the most we've done this last time was 7.
Yeah, because he
usually
also
it's 5 or 6.
He really kind of pared down the amount of food per serving, so that at the end, a lot of the comments, some of the first times we were doing this, is like it was too much food. We were doing too much, and then so
big
like
portions were too much.
exactly. So
Yeah.
then we tried just fewer courses, same kind of size, but then it didn't last as long. And this time we really hit a good medium between the amount of food per serving and the number of servings we had throughout the night. And I think it really worked, and we're going to continue to work on that.
You guys kind of get to go over to the kitchen and like hang out and test out the food that's being.
We're Mug Club members.
Yeah.
So-
That's one of the perks of the job. We sit in on the meal just like a customer.
Yeah, but I'm saying beforehand when they're kind of in like
we
prep
were in
mode.
we were amidst the canning one
Yeah.
day, and then David shows up and he's got these 2 beef cheek mole tacos for us to try in the middle of the canning run. That was amazing.
Yeah.
It's a great canning run snack. He was like workshopping the recipes for the beer dinner.
Yeah.
So he just brought us tacos.
That's awesome. So we were talking about Southern Yankee the other day, or just a minute ago, not the other day. Hello.
Like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago. But we were talking about Southern Yankee, and Matt Baum is the chef there. And I worked with Matt Baum at Crisp, and we used to do beer and wine dinners there about once a quarter or so, something like that. And man, he got to kind of let his, spread his wings for those kinds of things. Otherwise, he would stick to our just regular menu. And so he would be doing like something with like foie gras or like something with like duck or
Festy.
something. And he would be like, "Hey, Casey, come try this. And I just loved getting to kind of see where his brain was headed for these like pairing dinners. And
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. And they were a lot of fun. We usually only did like, I think 4 or 5 courses though when we did it. So 7, that's badass.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
No, I mean, I was like happily surprised and impressed how well David took to pairing it with the beer and kind of like appreciating what we do in the beer pairings, because it's I think kind of his way of showing respect for our side as well is giving the best food he can for the beer that we're presenting as well.
Yeah.
And he does
it's
a
awesome.
really good job of just like tasting our beer and then like knowing exactly what he wants to do per pairing that like works. And if you'd like, I would love to read what we did in terms of that last beer dinner. I've got
Please
the menu
do,
pulled
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So that first one was our Smash Pale Ale that you had earlier, the Overhead Smash, which a charcuterie style meat and cheese bites amuse-bouche. First course was that mole street taco paired with our Landline Amber Ale. The second course was a lobster ceviche skewer paired with our Vagabond Saison. Third course was a water chess and mango salad with goat cheese and pecans, passion fruit vinaigrette. paired with our ground rule double IPA.
Oh my.
Fourth course was a yuzu seltzer that was off of our pilot system with a fruit sorbet. And then fifth course was our Better Together West Coast Pilsner, paired with a herb-crusted flame-seared lamb chop lollipop with red wine reduction, sweet onion confit, braised potato, and smoked spice. The sixth and final was our new milk stout Dark Prospect, paired with a s'more-style brownie.
Yeah.
That brownie
yeah.
was delicious.
It was really delicious.
That's
and it works
actually
really well with the milk stout.
One of our front of house people, Megan. She apparently is just like a pastry chef extraordinaire, and she's like 20, 21. She's young.
Yeah.
But David talked to me about this of like he caught her talking about food or something like that, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I could bake this. Oh, I could bake that." And so he kind of like threw a couple challenges at her, just like, "Oh, could you do this? Could you do that?" And she just like gave him an ingredient list and then started baking stuff, And
yeah, she
Yeah.
made
I want to say
cookies.
she also made the sorbet.
yeah, she did the sorbet and the brownie.
Yep.
She
And you
did the
said that was-
marshmallow on top of the brownie. It was a homemade marshmallow.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if you haven't had homemade marshmallows before,
Oh,
are
yeah. You haven't
entirely
had a
different.
marshmallow.
They are, it's light years ahead.
Yeah, so it is some amazingly talented people working around us here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool, y'all. That's awesome. So what time of year y'all do? Did y'all just do one?
Every quarter.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next one will be close to our anniversary in September.
September-ish, yeah.
And then we'll have like a winter
December
one.
one.
Okay.
Amazingly talented people because it's a super brewery.
A super brewery.
It's what we're,
That's what I always call y'all. Super brewery. Da 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 da.
We'll have to put that on the bottom of a can.
yeah, I was about to say, how are we going to make a beer name out of that, or are we going to put it on the bottom of a can?
Yeah.
Y'all could all be on like the label with like capes.
I don't want to be on a label.
You don't want to be on. Is that douchey to you?
I really want to be on. I'm like, just give me my own.
Brandon's
can.
like, put me on a bottle.
You don't even need a clever name. Just call the beer Brandon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you give me
I
a
think we
Brandon?
should.
I mean,
I can sell
honestly,
the
at
shit
one
out of
point, we had a canning run where we had one of the tap room guys, Brandon, helping us, and on the bottom of the can, we simply just put Brad. Oh my God.
Brad was here.
Brad was here. That's
Not
right. Not
Brandon.
Or
Brandon.
Bradley.
They both start with B's.
Yeah, it's close
Yeah.
enough.
We also did It's Dre Day.
Oh yeah, it's Dre Day for Draley.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun
whenever
getting
we
to
do
pick
a
whatever.
canning run, we try to think of something fun to print on the bottom. Sometimes we have inspiration.
So what's on the
sometimes-
bottom doesn't always pertain to what the beer is or what the label is.
Not always. We try to be clever about it.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't have the right inspiration.
Brad was here.
Brad was here.
Brad was here.
He stacked cans for us that day.
And I want to say
So he
that
was there.
That was a canning run where we were doing 3 brands, and we did something clever for the first 2, and on the third one we were just like, the bucket's empty. I don't know. Brad was here.
Yeah, you're just gonna get the little print on the bottom of the can. That's all you're gonna get, Brandon.
No, I want
Or like-
I want my face on the can, just big.
Yeah.
We just our award-winning beer that you were drinking earlier, Silver Lining. We just got a
That was
canning run
great.
of that done, and we did a as cold as the Frio.
Yeah.
Because Silver Lining is a nice play off of one of those macro beers out there that has silver in its name or its nickname.
Right on.
Okay, so we did when we talked about Southern Star a little bit. I just want to come back to that a little bit. They are closing this week. Any grievances? Goodbye, Southern Star. I mean, I back in the day, I mean, they were one of the big breweries. What did
Yeah.
they? They were the first brewery in Texas to start canning.
They
Lo-
were
local
weirdly proud
craft
of that.
brewery
I
did.
made jokes about how they would put first to can craft in Texas
that
on
not
their
true?
cans for like a decade.
Is that not true?
No, it's true. It's like okay.
Sure, you did it.
Bombshell Blonde was a big
mean-
deal.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's not a
Buried
knock at
Hatchet,
their
big deal.
quality or anything. They made great beer. It was just
Yeah.
like I always thought it was a weird marketing thing.
It is, especially if you know where St. Arnold's was at that time and the bottling line that they had and like how expensive it was for them to keep and have maintained that and why they probably took as long as they did to get into canning. Like if they didn't have such an investment in that bottling line at that time, they probably would have been the first into canning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So St. Arnold had been bottling for years.
They've been
before-
bottling for years, but
Yeah.
that particular system that they had was a very unique model of like a one of one kind of thing.
You might want you're doing a Bobbyism where you're putting your hand in front of your face.
Let him.
I
Let
mean,
him
Yeah,
Bobby,
let me make a fool
okay?
of myself on my own. Thank you very much.
At least he's not, doing this.
a packaging line for any brewery is a huge investment.
Yeah.
And it was more significant for Southern Star back then because there were far fewer good canning lines available sized for craft breweries. Like we have a single head filler right now. It's called a Gosling. A little baby Wild Goose is Wild Goose is the company that makes them. It does 6 to 8 cans a minute, and that's a stopgap. We're planning on having a bigger line probably by the end of the year. But something like that was not available 10 years ago. You couldn't get a single head can filler to do anything out of. So all these, tiny microbreweries and nano breweries only did kegs. And then people like St. Arnold's, who were a very intermediate, they're between the big guys, but above the tiny guys, when they committed to a packaging line, that was not insignificant for them. And so they stuck with bottles in the beginning because that was probably more options available that way.
I'm just
And
thinking back like
just
10
happened.
years right now, whenever over 10 years ago when I got into craft beer, it was Buffalo Bayou, it was Southern Star, it was Eighth Wonder, of course it was St. Arnold, no label.
Yeah.
And two of those I just mentioned, they're gone now. As of tomorrow, Southern Star's gone.
Yep.
Eighth Wonder is barely making beer now. I know they're trying to get back into it, but every single time they try to start making more beer, it seems like
Something happens.
the brewer leaves or something. Yeah,
right.
And they're sticking their THC. They were having their issues. By the way, I talked to my friend over there at Eighth Wonder, and they were having a disagreement, but everything's.
I'll tell you right now. So me and my wife were there on what day was that? Tuesday, maybe one day. Anyway, we were downtown, and we wanted to go to Moon Tower, and then just get a little snack and a beer, and then we wanted to go to Eighth Wonder to get some THC drinks. We couldn't get there. We couldn't
'cause of the
fucking
World
get
Cup.
there.
Yeah.
And we drove around frustrated. And I told my wife, I was like, we can just go to the next restaurant because we were going to go have dinner somewhere else. I was like, we can just go. But she was like, no, like we're going to fucking drive around until we figure it out. Determined to get a THC beverage because we were like, we've been trying to drink a little less. So we're like, THC, we'll impart that into our date night or whatever. And we just could not get there, man. We drove like around it. We were over off of Emancipation, we got blocked off, and then we just we did a bunch of running around chasing a goose egg, and we just couldn't find it, man.
I heard they have a really cool World Cup display in the back. Somebody told me that.
There's a display, there's a ball, and there's a boot, and then there's also that AI generated image of our Texas flag with the backwards red and white. Y'all haven't seen that yet?
No, I hadn't heard
They
about
had that
that.
up
Huh?
at Eighth Wonder.
It's the Chile flag.
Oh,
Did they
geez.
fix it? Oh, okay, good. Because I was like, they're just. I wouldn't be surprised if they just left it. And they're like,
It's where the blue section is a smaller square with the star inside it. Instead of on the Texas flag, it's like the whole.
yeah, that's what it is. I thought it was a backward. Okay, I thought the
I'll
stripes were
just say
backwards or
this
something.
in my grievances for Southern Star. I remember going to the Woodlands Pavilion, which is where I met my wife, and being able to have a bombshell blonde, and I thought that was pretty cool back in the day.
Yeah.
And now the only craft beer I'm going to be able to have is Carbach or something.
Yeah.
Craft beer.
Yeah, it was about
That's Cynthia
Where's
Woods.
the air quotes on that one?
Yeah. So that it disappoints me. I remember being at San Antonio and my cousin pulling out a 6-pack of Berry Hatchet or 4-pack or whatever it came in, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, Southern Star. I go there all the time." And back in the day, I went there all the time. And
Yeah.
and it sucks that it came to this.
Yeah,
But they're definitely not the Southern Star that they used to be.
no,
I mean, I think for if you were like born or grew up in the area, there's always a chance that like your first craft beer was like a lawnmower or a bombshell blonde, or there's a very short list of like the introductory craft beers for people from the Houston area. Southern Star, is a little ways out there, but they're close enough. They still had a huge impact.
Yeah.
I drank a ton of Southern Star, as a craft beer nerd.
yeah.
Buried Hatchet was always solid. My sister made me brownies with Buried Hatchet stout in them one time. That was amazing.
That's kinda cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
popped in my head, but
Yeah.
Conspiracy Theory IPA. That was.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Conspiracy Theory was pretty solid.
Yeah.
they're a big one, and it sucks to see them go. But
Sucks to see anybody go.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't all hold the current impact like when Ingenious closed. Like, Ingenious was loved. True Anomaly was loved. I don't know if Southern Star is loved. There's people that love Southern Star right now.
Yeah.
I don't love Southern Star right now.
There was a lot of hate over the that event that popped up with
Oh yeah.
the Rittenhouse party, but they canceled it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It is. I've heard that from multiple people that were like, "Oh yeah, I don't support them because of this thing," and I'm like,
affected like their customer base that much, or would the people who were upset about it not really be Southern Star customers to begin with?
"You're probably right," but there's at least a few there. I mean, but yeah, overall, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I might have some of the details wrong, but like the way I remember some of the more recent news is they had a change of ownership.
Yes.
And the ownership closed the tap room for a good while to renovate. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like it was a lot longer than expected that their tap room was closed, and then they finally opened. And sometimes you make those moves. You like, hey, we need to make this investment to try to bring in more business, and it could be the timing didn't work out. And that investment didn't pay off. They weren't seeing the foot traffic with a renovated tap room that they needed. And, maybe that shot that they took just didn't work.
I know they were trying to rebrand like all their beers as Bombshell. Like there was Bombshell Hefeweizen. There was all these Bombshell beers.
Yeah.
And I tried it. I'm like, okay. So I don't know. I'm still sad to see them go. I never like seeing a local brewery close. So.
No. It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
But
it is.
I mean, the market speaks, and unfortunately, for a lot of business owners, they have to take what comes their way, whether they like it or not. And sometimes your brand just isn't resonating with enough people for it to stay afloat. And
the economic situation that we were talking about that we
Exactly.
are in right now, we're going to lose some more breweries, unfortunately, especially if they're, like I said, they're not going to cut interest rates. We're going to lose more breweries, but the ones that stick around are the ones that are supposed to stick around. I believe that. I firmly believe that.
Hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah. I think you get.
With some exceptions, like
there's some
True
exceptions.
Anomaly, and that was a different circumstance.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you said, a death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing.
Exactly.
Like, there's a lot of things that were coming at them, a lot of things that they decided to do that put them into a position that ultimately didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they were planning on moving to, that place is still not developed.
Off navigation, right?
Yeah, or over there by the bayou, kind of close to where New Potato is. Have y'all ever been to the New Potato?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it's like Fifth Ward.
I just saw Paul in the news.
Second Ward,
With Chelsea
Second
from our
Ward.
bar.
Yeah, it's right next door to Fifth Ward.
There's
so.
there's going to be somebody who's upset with me because you get the people who are very passionate
proud.
about their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And particularly on the east side, because I know Fifth Ward, Second Ward, they hated getting bunched in with Edo.
Yeah. As
So
far as I
they would get
understand,
angry at
it's
you if you
separated
called
by
them
I-10, but I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me. But as far as I know, it's separated by I-10. So Second Ward's on the southern end, and Fifth Ward starts at the upper end, at the north end.
All right.
But yeah, like that area over there, I think even Ingenious had looked at some locations over there at one point when they were thinking about opening up that satellite tap room, which never happened. But
It definitely did not.
yeah.
We are getting close to the end of this thing. Is there anything y'all wanted to talk about before we shut
We
it
need to talk
down?
about events.
Yeah, events. What do y'all got coming up?
Anniversary is going to be up in September.
This is your second year anniversary?
Yeah.
Second year anniversary, exactly. We also do a really nice big Oktoberfest.
Okay.
We, more than likely, will be brewing our Oktoberfest beer here.
Just one? You're not doing a
next week.
Fest Beer and a Mars and just
Y'all are
one?
just now brewing it?
I know ours has been
I
ready
say
for a
that
while.
because I thought Decca was the last of the party here, and we're not now.
Well, someone last year did the bit where they put out their Oktoberfest and they called it next year's Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Just
I like
because
that.
the joke is every year it comes out earlier.
Yeah.
I know that we'll have ours ready the first weekend of August. I mean, it is ready. It's actually ready. It's just it will be on the market the first week of August. Hey, there's other breweries that are going to be out into July. That's just what it is today.
Every year
I know.
it's earlier.
Congratulations,
Casey called
brewery.
Bobby
You are
out
now
on it.
the
He's like, it's
Hobby
getting
Lobby
earlier
of
and
pushing
earlier
things
every year.
forward.
What's up?
It's like, congratulations, brewery owners. You are now Hobby Lobby pushing the holidays forward. 'Cause,
But if we don't, then the bars are going to pick up everybody else's.
fair, that's a gripe towards distributing and how they want to move forward and be on top of it and be the first to everything. It just moves everything forward in a weird way that is unnatural.
We put ours out first at the 1st of August last year, and most of the bars had already picked up several.
I just can't stand it. Whenever the weather is actually appropriate to drink those beers, everybody's over it by that point. And it's like, I've already, Fest beers, Dunkels, Marzens, whatever you have, they've already had it and they've already seen it on the tap walls everywhere. They're like, whatever, I'm over it now. And I'm like,
I think
now it's October. We get actual Oktoberfest weather in October. Like,
our Oktoberfest and our Dunkel are going to be brewed significantly earlier than they have in the previous years. But I don't think we're ever going to cave and just continue to move it forward and try and hit a certain deadline.
Right.
We're very adamant that it's a seasonal beer. You should be enjoyed in that season, and we're going to stick to our guns. I think in that regard, and just make the best beer we have, and hope that people
I can't wait to
come
try
around
it.
to it.
yeah.
Can't wait to try it.
Yeah, no, that is cool. Yeah. So what are they?
Our
October
decorator and
Just a
Oktoberfest,
fest beer?
and we will do a fest
like
beer.
Martzen
We
style.
do them.
Yeah.
Our Oktoberfest we do in a larger batch. The fest beer we do in a 20-barrel batch, and both sell pretty well.
Yeah, well, we're planning on bringing our Doppelbock in sooner as well because a lot of people love that. It's picked up some medals, and it originally was brewed as like a Christmas beer. It was called Decorator. It's like you're decorating a Christmas tree. We get to do the Ator kind of cadence with the name, which is classic for Doppelbocks. But it seems to be successful enough that we're going to bring it out sooner. It's not just going to be a Christmas beer. We'll try it out as a Christmas fall beer and see if
When's it coming out? When's your Christmas beer coming out?
maybe
It's
September.
no longer Christmas. It's not going to be a Christmas beer anymore.
But
It's
yeah,
another-
not
it's got a
anymore.
potential name change.
it's going to come in as more as like a fall seasonal. And if people vote with their dollars and they're happy enough with it, it might stick around longer than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna.
People
You were
were
talking
happy
about
enough with
award winning. I meant to ask this. I know we talked about the 4 awards y'all got at Fredericksburg recently. How many awards do y'all have now?
Ooh. Okay. So our first year, we got a silver at the Texas Craft Brewers Guild for Wittelsbacher.
Yeah.
And then we got four medals at Fredericksburg. I do not remember exactly what for. And
No.
but similar, there was, I think it was 2 silvers and 2 bronze, or
We got, I think it was 2 golds and 2 silvers.
2 golds and 2. Okay.
Last
and
year.
then this year we got a silver for the decorator with the Best of Craft out of Oregon. We got 2 silvers at the Texas Craft Brewers Guild, silver lining and decorator. And then we got the 4 Fredericksburg awards that we
Somebody
mentioned
count it.
earlier. So that's 8, 9, 10.
Just
That's 11
do a
awards
tally
in
on
less than 2
screen or
years.
something.
11
That's
awards in
amazing.
less than 2 years.
That's amazing. Super
Yeah.
brewery.
I mean,
We're trying.
Y'all display them in the
incremental
tap room?
improvements as much as
yeah.
we can.
Yeah, they're hanging up in there.
Nice. Very cool.
We got last year's in a nice shadow box, and this year's are currently just hanging next to the menu.
That's
Cool.
amazing.
Awesome.
Really, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, congrats, y'all. Yeah, that is very cool.
Very happy with
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it feels pretty awesome when you get it from a good event, a good organization. Competitions can feel weird. Some of the ones we've entered where we didn't take something home, you look at the judges' notes after, and you
Did
have
they
like
drink
3
our
judges
beer?
trying one beer, and you're not even sure they're drinking the same thing because their notes are
Vastly
contradictory
different.
to each other
Right.
or so different. Some of them are really solid. I really liked the notes we got from Best of Craft Beer.
Yeah, solid
Even
notes.
the beers we entered that didn't win anything, you still you read through it, you're like, these are good comments, they feel fair, it's constructive. I can kind of take this back and look at the recipe.
3
or
judges,
process.
though? 3?
It depends on the competition size,
Right,
but
yeah, but-
some of the bigger ones, they always have 3 judges for each round at least. I think there's some where first round will just be 2 maybe. It just depends on the organization. But
Yeah.
It's weird.
yeah, Best of Craft Beer Fest, those notes were pretty good. I haven't gone through all the notes from Fredericksburg, but the little bit I read, I thought they were good, fair notes.
Yeah.
They put the judges' names
Oh
on
yeah,
them too.
they did this time. Yes.
So if
they
someone
outed
says
people.
something really mean, we could find them.
And look them up on Facebook.
Yeah.
Not only that, but just also like their certification in judging,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
what level they are, and how long they've been doing it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I
Interesting.
mean, I've had friends in the industry talk about, oh, I send my Kolsch in every year, and it always makes it to the second round, but it never medals, and I get notes back, and someone says it's too sweet, and then the next person says it's too dry, and then the third person's like it's perfect, you know, and it's like, how do you go forward with that? How do you like improve?
Where do you
and build
learn?
off that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sometimes a tricky subject, the competitions. You know, you want good feedback at least. Even if
Yeah.
you don't take home any medals, you want good feedback.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what really makes it worth it when you don't bring home hardware, is that you're at least going to have some sort of information on what to
Yeah.
change and what to look at in your own recipe and
Right.
processes to make improvements. And
Right.
That's why we've continued to do it even when winning awards doesn't translate to more sales in the tap
No.
room.
Yeah.
In much of any way, because it just doesn't seem to click with the consumers as much. Like you can put out your medals and put it like right next to the beer that they love drinking, and that's cool for you guys, but
that
I'm
nice
just gonna
though?
drink what I want to drink, and that's totally fine. So
Can I put it on now?
Oh, I don't get a shirt? You like him more than you like me, huh?
Me and George like
they
to
have
embrace
history
a lot.
apparently.
We have history.
He needs a bigger shirt.
Damn.
Oh, Casey needs a bigger shirt?
Yeah. It's
Apparently, we
snug
wear
on
the
me.
same size somehow.
Swap.
I'm gonna just take my shirt off right now.
Okay,
We're
so
waiting.
Oktoberfest, we
I
have
do-
your anniversary party.
I want to
we're
ask one more
having a
question about the
luau.
competitions, though.
Oh yeah. Well, we're also so I forget the title of it, but like Boots and
we're not
Brews
the
for the
events
4th of
people.
July.
So he wanted to ask a question about the.
Well, I was going to touch one more thing. I just wanted to know if there's any other brewery that you guys are kind of in like a friendly competition with when it comes to medals.
I
Is it
don't
just
know.
for-
So I don't. So Lenny from St. Arnold's, he like introduces at the Texas Craft Brewers Cup. He comes up, he speaks. He's a very involved figure in Texas craft brewing and in
Yeah.
the guild, right?
In the guild, yeah.
And he summed it up really well. He said that awards room for the Texas Craft Brewers Cup is the best room in craft brewing, right? And the difference in energy between all these Texas breweries showing up and getting awards and seeing their friends be successful, and the difference in energy between when we were in Philly for World Beer Cup or when we're in GUBF and you're hearing the awards, like
Oh yeah.
it's entirely different. Everybody in Texas is so happy for each other.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody's shouting and jumping up and down and slapping you on the back. People I don't know, you know, just
Showing
brewers
you
sitting
love.
behind me,
Oh yeah.
you know, that I met that night. We win a medal, we come down and they're like patting you on the back, like
Yeah.
congratulating you.
Okay.
There's so much positive energy in Texas craft beer.
It's infectious.
Yeah,
Like, you get in
it
that
doesn't
room and
feel
you
like
have a great
competition.
time.
Like,
Well, I've
we're
heard,
happy
like-
for each other.
Yeah, but
Great
I mean
American
like
Beer
a friendly,
Festival
you
is-
know, kind of like because I've heard like little just rumors about guys just kind of like that that are trophy hunters. They kind of have a little fun with it. They just have a little fun with it, and it's nothing, but also supportive, also very
Totally, sure.
supportive.
I was
Yeah.
going to say Great American Beer Festival. I've heard over and over again that the people that take home the awards are from California or Colorado, and you
lot
don't
of it,
see
yeah.
a lot
They
of.
take it part. I mean,
Yeah.
Colorado definitely has an leg up when it comes to delivering their product like right at the deadline, super fresh, right out of the fermenter, right
Yeah.
into the can, kind of thing, because it doesn't have to get onto a cooled 18-wheeler and get traveled thousands of miles over there. So
Right.
because when you think about these competitions where you have to mail something in, it's not just your brew day, it's not just your fermentation profile, it's how you package that beer and how you mitigate oxidation.
We've had issues with that in the
Really,
past. We've been
really
submitting some.
determines. Yeah, it really determines how well you're going to do in those competitions. Is how you package it. It's maybe like a third of.
It's expensive too to submit one of these beers.
Yeah, no,
So
for
it's
sure.
like
It's an
$200-$300 to
investment.
submit a beer.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, when you get that feedback from a competition you entered 10 beers into and you didn't medal on anything, you definitely want to read through that information and try and get something out of what you invested into.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you had a question. I'm sorry.
That was it.
Oh, wait. You were talking. You had an event you wanted to. show.
I don't think we have anyone we're competitive with.
Yeah.
Joking,
I don't. We
know.
don't.
No Label.
pit
No Label
ourselves-
gets a lot of awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Tom
they're
loves awards.
heavily
Yeah.
awarded. Their perpetual
That's-
piece has
that's like-
gotten medals at so many different competitions. It's amazing to
Friendly
be in the same
competition.
city. Friendly
Yeah.
competition.
And also, even like Tom, who we know loves his awards. We went to GABF together for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Tom was in town, and Tom's a veteran to this, and he made sure to meet up with us and take us around,
Show
and
us different
made sure we
places.
have a good time. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
let's go to this place. We're gonna drink here. Blah blah. Oh,
Yeah.
there's this really good bar here. He, for being a guy who loves the competition or loves medals, also loves sharing that feeling.
Oh, that's
Right,
his whole
yeah.
vibe. That's his
Yeah.
whole
Well, he
thing.
loves the whole
Yeah.
gambit.
Yeah.
It's like the medals, but also just the event
he was
itself.
Super
and-
nice, awesome to hang out with, and
Yeah.
he's a
Amazing.
good friend.
Yeah.
This last
You know.
Texas Craft Brewers Guild, where we got those 2 silvers, I believe No Label didn't walk away with any hardware that night. But the first person that came up to me and gave me a hug after the ceremony was Tom.
Yeah.
Dude just loves being supportive of this community, loves just everything
He's
that we're
awesome.
all about.
He really
He's an
is.
awesome guy.
He's been very supportive of this podcast. He's the only guest. He's actually been on 3 times, technically.
Wow.
He was episode 5? Oh, no, it was the episode 6.
I don't remember the number, but
I
he's
know.
been on.
We did one for Murky right after, like 8. I don't know. I don't remember the numbers. But then he came on for a second in the Senate Avenue.
Senate Avenue,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we've actually had him on 3 times.
He was just there visiting.
It was
It was
during the
during,
Murky
yeah,
Months.
he was there doing kind of his rounds where he would like film himself like
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
a little
he came
clip.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
we
I
had
took a picture of him and Andrew.
we had
So-
Troy there too. Remember Troy?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was cool, yeah,
He was
getting
the
Troy on
previous winner of the year before, and he's a DECA regular.
He's a DECA regular. He's probably there right now for the Mug Club party, which starts at.
Casey's like, "Get me home."
No. I'm not in a rush. I want to hang out for a little bit. I'm having a good time.
I'm
This
having
is-
a great time.
Same.
Yeah.
We are at the end of this. So, did you have anything else you want to promote?
Oh, just real quick. 4th of July, Boots and Brews, I believe is the title of that event. It's we're gonna have a lot of fun out here. Big event.
Fireworks?
More than likely, the Constellation Field is right next door to us. They do fireworks show, which we had.
That's where
a
the
great
Space Cowboys
view.
play.
Exactly.
You haven't even
We-
talked about the Space
We
Cowboys.
haven't. I was
haven't.
gonna let him finish, and then
Yeah, I'm sorry. I do
We
that.
haven't. I mean, they don't talk about us, so just saying. But yeah, no, we have great front row seats to the show that they'll be putting on. So if you want to come out here and have a beer from a local craft brewery as opposed to a macro brewery while watching those fireworks, we are a great option. And then later this summer, we'll be doing a luau style event. Planning a lot of fun stuff for that as well.
Hell
he
yeah.
just put a graphic over his face for it because we do not know the details off the top of our head.
Put a pineapple on
Yeah.
his head.
I just know these are things that we were talking about. We've posted information about it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Pull it
July
up, Jamie.
18th. Hey, look at that. Again, like I said,
Actually,
I'm focused on
July
the beer.
18th, you said?
July
So nobody
18th
can hear
is
George.
luau.
Luau. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Luau,
Are you gonna be luauing?
Luau, luau.
Yeah, why not?
That's it? Just flamingos? And alligators. Alligators
That
are very
sounds
tropical.
Like a Gulf Coast luau.
That's like Texas, Louisiana, Gulf Coast.
So,
yeah.
a bayou luau.
You got anything else? Any other events?
Just those 4.
Just those 4?
Yep.
But y'all are doing stuff every day of the week. Like y'all are open every day of the week, right?
We are open every day of the
Y'all ever
week.
do like trivias or
yeah, trivia,
trivia.
music
What day is
bingo?
trivia? What day is trivia?
Thursday.
Thursdays.
Yeah.
Music
I know that
bingo.
one.
No music bingo?
Casey
You
will do
Bucket
it.
with
personally
you?
invested in the answer to
Yeah.
this question.
Okay.
We'll hand off a phone number to you
Anyway,
later.
we also have tons of options for private events.
Yes.
We have a really great events team. Lots of people like to book with us just because we have so many different ways to like kind of partition off
Yeah.
spaces around the brewery, whether you want like just the private dining room upstairs, which I don't think you guys saw. That's a small space.
we took a
or you
picture
could
up there.
Get the whole.
Yeah.
No, the private dining room is actually
Is
kind of in
On
the
the
corner.
other side, yeah.
I think I
It's
went in there for the guild meeting.
behind so
Probably.
maybe yeah, it's behind a couple doors, but that's good for like small conferences. They'll rent out the upstairs patio to you, the entire upstairs tap room. You
Yeah.
know,
You have
it's
different
like-
sections.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of different
huge.
ways that they could partition off
huge.
and get space for your party. And the covered pavilion over the pickleball courts is only like helping
That
that.
was very cool.
Because you could book that space now too.
I don't
just
know.
on
Is
its
this
own.
after St. Arnold? I guess Karbach, but was this the third biggest brewery in the
Like
city?
square footage maybe?
Yeah.
I would
A
think
3.5 acre lot here.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. We
That's
might
pretty
be close to No Label.
Fair.
Oh, yeah, No
Label's
Label.
pretty big.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
pretty large.
So, but yeah, and then
They'll have
not
more
only do
indoor
we have
space
multiple
than them.
locations within the space, when you find the space that works best for your size group, we have a whole lot of customizable add-ons and stuff like that that you can add to your experience to make it fit what you're looking to do with your event. From having catered food, on-site staff to support your event, things like that.
You're a sales guy today.
We're
Where's your beer?
trying.
I've already killed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
More
let's
beers.
get it down to your top 5 breweries. Who
right.
wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, cool.
And this is no particular order, top 5.
Yeah, it's always that way.
Uh,
You can't say Talyard, though.
no
We know.
tired. But I can give love to my old team at Spindle Tap.
Is that make your top 5?
Making my top 5, yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. Solid E, not an honorable mention. Spindle Tap, they definitely had the reputation as being like the house that Hazy's built is what I call them a lot. They make fantastic IPAs, but they also had a really, really solid lager program. The Vienna lager they make was like my go-to, my favorite. The local lager.
Calavera?
The Pilsner.
Or the
Calavera.
local? Okay.
Well, the Calavera now is also a corn lager.
But
There's
it
like
used
the
to not
new
be, right?
Calavera. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Old Calavera, the Vienna lager.
The old Calavera was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like they were underrated for that.
I agree.
And I always wanted them to get a little more attention for their lagers when I worked there. It's an amazing crew of people, and I love those guys. So Spindle Tap, for sure. Equal Parts is one of my favorite locals. Really high quality and often like really creative. When they do something a little off center, a little weird, I trust that it's still going to be good because everything they make is good and high quality. And so, when they throw koji into a mash and, get their rice lager out of that and a weird fermentation process, I'm like, I know it's going to be good because it comes from equal parts.
Yeah.
Give love to Great Heights. Great neighborhood
3.
spot. I've spent a lot of time there. Always really solid options. Really reliably high quality. St. Arnold's.
Number 4, the OG.
Yeah, the OGs, the grandpas.
Grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nobody else is close to them in age.
No.
Live Oak.
I guess nobody else
Yeah,
in
you're
Houston.
right. Yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
else-
yeah, yeah.
We're talking about Houston.
Yeah, you're right.
And I guess last mention, No Label.
No Label?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love
That's
No
another, not quite as old as St. Arnold's, but they were one of the first really solid craft beer spots in the Houston area and have been holding it down for a long time.
They have, yeah. They're
really
one of
good
the oldest.
space, really good events, really good beer.
Yeah.
Really good people.
Yeah.
Solid list.
All
That's a
right.
good top 5. Okay, Adam, you scared?
No, not at all. As the guy that likes to push boundaries on what beer is and taste all the weird stuff, my first 2 are going to be Misfit Brewing and
Ooh.
Baba Brewing because
Ooh.
of how just out there they like to be, pushing what is an IPA and fruited sours and
I
things
like
like
that.
that.
He loves the little guys.
I love the little guys. Equal Parts, can't not go there and have. If I'm downtown and I have time to kill, I will go by there and have some lager beer like every time I get the chance. Love that place. Love the guys that work there. St. Arnold and No Label would also be
No
on that
Label.
list.
Okay. I like both your list. Really good list, guys. George, you want to give out your list? Yeah? We got George here.
Wait, what were we doing again? I think my top 5 in Houston area. Say like kind of like Adam, like he likes people that kind of innovate a little smaller, the smaller guys. Say Valencin's in Pearland. That's kind of the closest brew to my house. Another one, I would say Baylison's up by Rice. I've known them for a while.
I love seeing Baylison's make the list.
Yeah, I went there the first day they opened. Working in specs, I was like working downtown, so I've known the guys for a while, so they're really nice. Make good beers, a lot of different options there. Third, I'll say equal parts. It's been a fan favorite for a while. They stopped making my favorite beer though, but I don't have no grudge. Judgment Day, $8.29.97.
That was always a one-off, though. It wasn't a year-round.
No, yeah, it's a one-off, but they haven't made it in a while. During COVID, I asked them several times, and it came out about 2 cases.
Make this beer for me.
I think they got tired of me asking for the beer. They made it. And that's back then when you were ordering beer from the window.
The window, yeah.
During COVID, and Rat Stalker was there.
That was one of the problems at Spindle Tap because they had made so many hazies, like different one-offs in the past, and the joke was every single one of those was somebody's favorite.
Yeah.
And that person is going to come in and be like, "Hey, why haven't you made this blah 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 again?"
That was that was me. I was like, "Where your when is coming out?" It's
somebody
close
for
to
every
the
single
date.
beer they ever made. There was somebody like that.
Is that
Yeah.
3 or 4?
That's the third.
It's third.
Okay.
So fourth, I'll say, St. Arnold's. They've been a
OG.
pioneer.
Made
in
all
craft
y'all's
beer.
list.
They've been a pioneer in craft beer for a while. They've done a lot for this community too, and they have good assortment of everything. That's what I do when I go to the grocery store. I just buy the variety pack of IPAs. I just go for it because I'm not going to stand there 20 minutes just looking at beer, which I could, but then my ice cream in my cart will melt. And
You
then-
buy the ice cream, you put it in the car, then you go back and look at the beer?
Well, I do go back like 3-4 times to the beer section. I'm driving. I'm there at HEB. I'm like, oh,
He likes to wander.
I'm a wanderer in the beer aisle.
number
Then
5?
Number 5, and these are not in any order. I would say Misfit too.
Misfit.
Misfit.
2 lists today.
When I do sales, when I used to do sales with Urban South, like I will purposely make my sales day on a Thursday over there since they open just Thursday through the weekend, and I'll stop at the accounts next to it just to go to Misfit.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, it's 5 o'clock.
Somewhere.
Well, they're
End of
not
the
far
sales
from
day.
Brew 30.
No, that's why I stopped before.
Yeah. Perfect.
I'm like, I
I always ran into him at Brew 30 because I went there on Thursdays too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brew 30 and then Misfits
Nice.
and then home. With a
Because you're
fork.
drunk.
Awesome.
Well, that just-
Well, guys, this has been so much fun.
Like,
Thank
hold
you
on,
so much
wait.
for doing this.
Easy.
I've had a great time. The beer's been great. The food's been great. And can't wait to come back. It's been a successful episode 29. Thank you so much.
Cheers, y'all.
Awesome.
Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
you guys.
Let's shut it down and go
Thank
watch
you,
some
guys.
soccer.
Woo!
Woo!
Football.
America.
USA.
Usa.